going on, people? Welcome to DR Sports. But as you've just seen there, On Track GP. Make sure you check those guys out. Everyone is going to be over there. Abby's going to be over there. It is F1. That is what it is in Bahrain, I believe it is. Qualifying, brand new channel. All your F1 needs. Make sure you head over to that channel as well, because we are building that here from DR Sports. Doing everything. You're a big F1 fan as well.
Yeah, I like that.
Okay. But today it is DR Sports and it is game day. It's the 12:30 kickoff, the early one. It is Newcastle United's trip to Manchester City. We've got Kennedy. How you doing?
I mean, I'm a little bit ropey today. The throat's doing a little bit of dry, but we're here. I'm going to do my best. I've got a whole soother in. We're ready to go. You know?
Ready to go, ready for the 12:30 kickoff. We've got representing Newcastle, Big Uggs. What are you saying, bro?
I'm good, bro.
Yeah.
Back-to-back weekends on DR Sports.
There you go. It's been some big games. Obviously, Manchester United in the cup final, but now it's fully focused on the Premier League. And Tosin, you're just here to hope for
the
just
vibes.
be on Big Uggs' side and just hope that they do something.
Yeah. I mean, league leaders, I'm just here to watch.
Who's on my side today?
I'm just here to watch.
Not me.
Because I'm always flying solo. Yeah.
Not me. Maybe some of you guys in the comments want Manchester City to win this game to keep the pressure on Arsenal and ask the question of Arsenal. Maybe some of you are Newcastle fans as well. If you are, let us know. But yeah, I mean, as a Man United fan, I'm just... I'm in the cups. I'm in the cups.
Yeah?
Whatever happens in the league happens in the league.
But is there not that little bit of hatred for City that you...
Oh, I want you to lose.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah, of course. But it's the 12:30 game, and it's an interesting one. We'll start with you, Big Uggs, man, because obviously off the back of losing to Manchester United in the Carabao Cup final, a lot of energy exerted. The form in the league going into that cup final wasn't the best, and we spoke about it before we went live about actually this being a really tough game to bounce back from. How are you feeling?
I'm here for the vibes, because literally...
You're not here for the win, you're here for the vibes.
Listen, obviously, I want us to win, but the facts and the stats show that we've never won at Etihad before. Our last win was at Main Road in 2000, so I've never seen us win in the league at Etihad, so I'm not going to come in here and say I think or I expect us to win. So if we do get the win, happy days, because then our top four run or hunt is back on. But I'm just here for the vibes, literally, and hopefully we get the win.
Oh, it's not sounding confident, is he, guys? He's not sounding confident.
I'm not here for the vibes. I'm here for Newcastle as well.
He's got more belief in Newcastle than you today.
Bro, listen, because also like, I've seen us lose here last year. I was there. We lost 5-0 at the Etihad, and this was when we were playing quite well. This is after we beat Arsenal at home. And I've seen us lose 6-0 here. So people might say I'm negative today, but if you watch the live stream last week, I'm positive. I'm happy as a Newcastle fan.
You're in a great position.
Exactly.
Unbelievable.
Yeah. So, but I'm just being honest. I'm not going to come in here and say, I think we're going to win because the games that we should have been winning was Bournemouth, them games, but we drew. This game is like, even when our team were flying, we beat Chelsea and Spurs and that. I said to people, like, the only team that I could see beating us is Man City away. So
before I go to Kennedy and ask you what you think, what's the objective now for Newcastle? Is it as simple as make sure you secure some form of Europe, or does it need to be minimum Europa League, or are you like, no, I want Champions League? How are you feeling on the come down from the Carabao Cup versus what is the expectation? Where do you want to finish?
What do you mean, me as a fan or the club? For you
and the perspective of from other fans that you spoke to, yourself first, but then also overall.
I think obviously because we spent so long in the top four, and for us to be now out of the top four and playing catch up to Spurs is going to be difficult, because Spurs have the quality players like Harry Kane. They got players that can get them out of trouble, whereas we ain't really got that. So it's going to be tough. But if you look at how far we've come as a club in the last year in itself,
massive.
For us to be fifth, for us to be in a cup final last week is mad. So I think it's just about staying positive, trying to win games, and if we get top four, then we get top four. I want us to get top four. Of course, we are doing it. But if we don't get that, obviously top six will be for us amazing, because then we broke it into top six after 1 year. You know, that would mean either Liverpool or Chelsea are out of the top six. So if that happens, and I think
whatever happens this season, it's been unbelievable for Newcastle. You can see, Tosin, I'll come to you in a second. Kennedy.
Hiya.
Man City, need to keep the pressure on Arsenal. They play at 3 p.m. against Bournemouth, and no disrespect to any Bournemouth fans might be watching, I think that game is minimum 3-0. They're resurgent after you caught them
Yeah.
You had that draw against Forest, and that allowed Arsenal to get back in front, and the pressure's on. But you've been there, you've done it before. Pep Guardiola is a master at this, so are Manchester City. But they are chasing down a confident Arsenal side. Is this a bit of a banana skin for you guys today?
Do you know what it is, yeah? This is how I always start when I come on here. You know what it is, yeah? We've not performed in the crucial moments. So when we've had a chance to get ahead of Arsenal, we flopped, yeah? I want to be confident. I'm too nice. This is my issue, yeah? I love the underdog. If we was sitting at the top now, yeah, I would want a draw so Newcastle can finish top 4. That is the kind of person I am. I love an underdog story, but today is not that day. We don't have the time
for that.
It's
She's
all
desperate
love.
for them points.
I love what Newcastle are doing. Listen, I can see them as being like the new City. Do you know what I mean? But today ain't that day.
The new City.
Absolutely, yeah, serious. And I feel like not yet. Take time, but I feel like today is. If we don't pull through today, I'm feeling extra peak.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to eat for the rest of the day.
Wow.
Well, you're going to put yourself on fasting if you
Hunger strike.
Yeah,
And
hunger strike.
I'm
sorry,
going to
yeah.
tweet Pep. I'm going to say, this is your doing, mate.
Oof. So Kennedy's not 100%. You know, as an Arsenal fan, Tosin, you're sitting here, obviously licking your lips at this. At the, you know, if Newcastle can nick some points off them before you play Bournemouth. I mean, this going head to head with City, are these the games that you expect them to win, or do you think, like what Kenny just said? Kenny said they haven't been the same City, and there's always these little games where sometimes the upsets happen, and that is in your advantage.
Yeah, I mean, I hear where she's coming from because it's not the same City. That's why Arsenal fans should be a bit confident about winning the league, because if this was like Man City of last season, as good as we've been this season, we're not like City are still winning the league, but there's something missing in Man City this season. Totally agree with what I feel like it's like what you said, that killer instinct. I keep hearing Man City are sharks. Yeah, great. They beat Arsenal 3-1, great result. But then you want to see Man City then go on a mad run, and immediately
It's not happening, is it? Yeah. Everyone speaks about this run that City always go
I've been
on
waiting.
15 games, 20 games. Well, there's only 13 games left, mate.
I've been
When's
waiting
the run
for it.
coming?
People keep using that stick to flog Arsenal. Oh, just wait till Man City go on a run. Bruv, there's 13 games left.
Do you know what it is? The thing is, we haven't been beaten by more than 1 point, one goal, each game this season, and it's not like we've been absolutely thrashed. But it's like I said, I don't know if we've had much pressure applied by any other team over the past few seasons. This is the first experience of it for a while. Do you know what I mean? So it feels like those crucial points against the teams that aren't that great, like you said, Nottingham Forest, no disrespect, but they're the times where you should be performing. I expected to lose against Arsenal, not them.
Yeah.
So,
you were cruising in that game as well.
Which was weird. They played better against Nottingham Forest. Okay, weaker opposition, but still, like, I didn't think they were that great against Arsenal. I thought you were clinical, you took your chances, but I didn't think you were that great.
It was a great game.
Yeah. So, but like, I'm never really a fan I like to focus on what my own team is doing. So a Newcastle result would be good, but I fully, even regardless of how off City have been this season, I fully expect them to beat Newcastle here. So
you're just here just in case.
Yeah, I wouldn't. As a Man City fan, I would not worry about this result. I think they're beating Newcastle today.
Just to clear it up, yes, this is Tosin. It's Toby's twin brother. So Tosin does support Arsenal. So a lot of people are really confused in the comments. So we just had to clear that one up.
2 for the price of 1.
Exactly. He is an Arsenal fan, not a Spurs fan.
Come on, you guys.
That is so random. How did that happen? Sorry, I bet you've said this so many times.
Yeah, I've said. So basically, where we're from, we're split. Basically, Arsenal or Spurs, and I supported Arsenal because of the fact Kanu played for Nigeria, signed for Arsenal, and I started seeing Arsenal's other players. I was like, oh, this is actually a good team. And my brother just picked Spurs to be anti.
I love that. I love that energy.
Look how that played out.
Yeah.
Oh my God, that is treacherous.
Smash a like on the video, guys. Subscribe to DR Sports if you guys are new. Remember, there's a membership that you can get hold of as well, and you can join that. Remember to do so in this growing community here at DR Sports. Now let's get to the team lineup, and I want to start with Newcastle. Is Jamal Lascelles starting today?
Yeah.
Oh my days! Wow. I didn't know that. Big Oaks, take us through the Newcastle lineup.
So we've got Nick Pope in goal. He's back after his ban in the last game. We've got Trippier and right back. We've got Jamal Lascelles, the captain. He's back in for Fabian Schär. We've got Botman and Dan Burn. We've got Sean Longstaff, Bruno G and Joe Linton in the middle. That's a physical midfield.
That's big.
And then we got Anthony Gordon, who's getting his first start in the league.
Wow.
We got Almiron on the right hand side and Callum Wilson up top.
That's a good team.
Yeah, that's a good team. Before we get to Man City's one, just talk about it a little bit. Isak doesn't start.
Yeah.
He was the big money signing. He keeps going with Wilson at the minute. Obviously, he trusts him as his guy. I get it. Are you, as a Newcastle fan, are you surprised to not see Isak start more after the back of his injury, or is Eddie Howe playing this right for you?
I think most Newcastle fans want Isak to start the game because of how he's done when he's come on, and he's played sort of off the left or in the number 10. So I think now we want to see him as a number 9 because we know what he can do. Because
He to be a gunman.
He's
exactly
on his debut. He scored at Liverpool, so he gets goals. He's a target man. He's good on the ball. So we want to see him playing as a number 9 because we spent the money on him as well, innit?
60 million, innit? So
75.
Wow. I'm really surprised he hasn't been. I know he was out for a long time, but he seems to be past that now. I'm surprised he's not straight in.
And also, but what Eddie Howe likes to do, because he's very loyal to his guys, isn't it?
He is.
And with Callum Wilson not scoring as much now, I think now is the time to take him out the fold. Sort of rest him a little bit.
Why do you not always do this? Do you do this?
No,
just wear no
It's
top
so
for no
cold
reason
in
in the cold.
Manchester as well, It's freezing.
He's a Londoner. He's not
He's
a
a
Geordie.
London. Yeah, but
If you were a Geordie, you'd be doing
bro,
that for sure.
but to be a Geordie fan from London, bro, like
It's mad.
You got so that's why I'm thinking he's probably just walking around East London, top off.
No.
Newcastle fans are built different.
What is that story as well, briefly?
So the story behind Newcastle is mad. I get asked the question every single
Sorry,
time.
I know. I hate
we have
doing
to
it, but
know.
I just
We
like
have to know.
Yeah.
So I grew up watching Liverpool.
Set the scene.
So I grew up watching Liverpool when I was younger. Mum, she loved Liverpool. She loved John Barnes and she loved all the other guys.
It's always John Barnes,
John
isn't
Barnes,
it? It's
yeah.
always John Barnes.
John
Carry
Barnes. No,
Just
Nigerian.
in general,
Nice,
but do you know what? Any sort of black player around that time, people used to attach themselves to that. Yeah.
So
Makes sense,
I think what I recall is I had a video of Liverpool, and it was for a season. It was a season where I think we finished second, and then we had that game, that 4-3 game, and obviously Newcastle at that time were a big club. So obviously I'm a twin myself, and he also.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm a twin myself. Yeah.
What's going on here?
It's mad.
And my brother and sister are twins as well.
Oh,
but
wow.
it's just it's just
And
crazy.
he also supports Newcastle with me as well, so it's not that what he's doing.
Yeah.
But so we just started supporting Newcastle, and obviously since probably the age of 5, we just had all the kits. Mum bought us all the kits, so she was the one that she kept
Was
it
it
going
Alan
for us.
Shearer?
I said Aspria at first, and then Shearer come in, and then obviously it was just game.
Owen as well.
It was game. No.
Not Andy Cole before he decided
Jermaine
to get some greatness and
Cole, I think I wasn't
Jermaine
too young for
Genius,
that.
Kieran Dyer.
Jermaine Genius. But obviously there's been players that, Robert and all
Damien
these
Solana
guys.
Duff.
No. No. But
he's trolling.
so and then since then it's just been that, and obviously being from East London, that made us different. Being twins and supporting Newcastle. And obviously, like I was saying to Flex offline, like my first memory was losing to Arsenal in the FA Cup, in the FA Cup final, and both me and my twin just went to the garden to just cry, and literally, and that was our first memory of.
You love to see it.
Of
Look,
kids
the
cry.
loyalty is paying off now.
Yes, exactly.
But I waited years to get it back in blood. So last season, when we beat you lot at home,
Shiesties in the building.
when we beat you lot at home,
I can't lie, that hurt me.
yes, I waited so long.
As
for
a
that.
grown man, I felt like crying. Like I was nearly on the verge of tears. I was
my
like,
God.
dang it,
Yeah,
man.
well, hopefully, like I said, everything's looking up for Newcastle, regardless of what happens this season. You can clearly see they're going in the right direction. And before we get on to Man City, I want to ask you one more question.
Sure.
Jamal Lascelles is starting. I can see the look in your face there. It's been out of favour for pretty much the whole season.
Yeah.
Obviously, he's club captain, kind of like a Maguire thing, where he's the club captain, but
Yeah.
we know who the real captain is. Obviously, Trippier's been doing that. How much of a concern is that for him to come into a game like this? Obviously, Shah and Botman have been part of one of the best defences, if not the best defence in the league at times. How much of a concern is that to see him coming?
It's tough for him. I think it's going to be tough because I think with Lascelles, I like him as a defender, but he's a sort of defender that you have in your team if you're sitting back. So when we had Benitez in, and there's balls going into the box, he's that sort of guy that could sort of step up and head it out. So he's a defender that should be playing for teams that like to sort of park the bus, etc.
Not this new look.
Not this new look Newcastle team that play with the ball, because he's shocking with the ball at his feet.
Yeah.
And we're going to team today and make at least two passes off You know, so
Agreed.
Yeah, injured. Yeah. Shaw,
Savage.
I think Shaw had a concussion in the final.
Yeah.
So obviously, with him coming in now, it's going to be tough for him. But obviously, he's the club captain, so he's a leader. So he's got to adapt and get on with it. But
Anthony Gordon, is this his first start? I don't know if it is, but he hasn't had many starts since he's come. But big game for him to start in. Cup tied, obviously in the Carabao Cup, couldn't play. But
him coming in.
What have you made of that signing, and how well do you think he can do at Newcastle?
I think it's a decent signing. I think for us, what we have to do is get our squad depth up. So he's part of that project. Like I say to people all the time, like £40 million now, it's not the same as it once was. So that doesn't get you. So that doesn't get you straight into the team. So I think of the signing, obviously Eddie Howe has a plan. Obviously he's getting young players who are English, and he's trying to build that. Him starting today for me was a surprise. I would have liked to see St Maxi in the team.
He was poor in the cup final, man.
He was poor, but
the first 15 minutes he was all right. After that, especially second half. Well, he got clamped by Wan-Bissaka, but he was kicking out of play. I just thought he was really poor.
Before his injury, he was like one of your MVPs. What is he like, a fringe man or something?
No, because what it is now, because obviously we've gone from Steve Bruce to not having the ball and to having St Maximum do whatever he wants. So he was our go-to guy to get us up the pitch.
Let him off the leash. Let him go.
So now we got a manager who's disciplined. He says on the ball, I need you to do this. You give it at a certain time, and that's why St Maximum can't sort of go onto that next level, because the top managers like Klopp and Pep, they don't trust him because he's going to lose the ball.
And you know what his end product's going to be? He's like a Traore sometimes. But other times he's like Vinicius.
But that can be worked on though. But him naturally,
that can be coached.
But him naturally, he just doesn't have that insight to sort of release it, and also defensively too. So Eddie Howe doesn't trust him defensively. That's why sometimes when let's say there's an injury to a forward, we move John Linton back to the left.
Yeah, he's been playing out there. Or sometimes it's crazy.
Exactly, because they would help Dan Burn out. Whereas St Maximum, you can't trust him to come back because he's not that sort of player. So obviously now Eddie Howe's asked him to change his game, pass the ball a bit more, and that's why we're seeing him probably not doing as well, because he's had to change his game. So probably Eddie Howe has gone for Anthony Gordon. Because he would
a chance for Anthony Gordon. On to Manchester City's starting lineup. Let's get into that, because this is a big game for them. They've got Ederson in goal, and the back four consists of Nathan Ake, Diaz, Walker and Kanji. Gundogan, Rodri and De Bruyne in midfield, solid there. And the front three is composed of Phil Foden, Jack Grealish, and that man in form, Premier League leading scorer, Erling Haaland.
My brother.
Strong team, obviously. It's never not a strong team of City. Is there any surprises in?
Confident.
Obviously, the pressure's on.
Big returns.
On City. We spoke about it just a second ago about everyone talking about City will go on a 10-game unbeaten or winning 10 straight. I think there's like 13 games left or something like that, isn't there? Is today the day? Are we going to see City do that this season, or is it a different type of season?
I don't think that's what it's going to be this season. I said before the season even started, I didn't even feel like we was going to win it this time.
Really?
Yeah.
Why did you say that?
I'm very intuitive.
Well, there must have been something.
Firm me up the stroke. No, I don't. I just felt it. I can't explain it to you. And obviously Liverpool was mad confident, cringe. But I just had a feeling, and all good things must come to an end at some point. And I think just because it's not going the same that it has in previous seasons, it doesn't mean that we can't win it in a different way. We're not that far behind Arsenal.
No,
and now I'm seeing more potential in it. Yeah. And I think, all right, it's fair to say it's not the same City, but it's not also the same challenges being faced, and it's not the same pressure that we've had in the past. So it's what it is. I don't think we're going to have that mad, oh my God, we're a million points ahead of everyone.
No. It already, I think the season's already showed us that it's going to go down.
I still think
it doesn't mean you can't win it in a different way.
It's going to go down to the last two games. I'm not fooled by this 5-point lead There's still all to play for.
I still think City will do it, to be fair to you.
Yeah.
Because City have the experience, and we saw when you guys played Arsenal.
Yeah, I think winning is winning. Whether you get a 10 streak clean, whatever, come on.
Yeah, you just got to keep up the pace.
Yeah, it is what it is.
You just got to keep up the pace. Okay, so the players are walking out of the tunnel now. Get your predictions in at DR Sports. We've got over 1,100 votes, and for a Man City win, we've got 49% of you. For a draw, we've got 29%, and for a Newcastle win, we've got 22%.
That's a lot, you know. That is
You think that's 22% too much?
I mean, yeah, it's high.
Definitely Arsenal fans.
It is high.
It's all the Arsenal fans in there just willing it to happen. We'll go around the table. We'll start with you, bro.
I don't ask me this question, man.
Prediction.
Honestly?
Of course, honestly.
Okay, I'm going for, this is mad, but I'm going to go for 2-0 Man City.
Really, really honest.
Yeah.
I'm going 3-1 Man City.
I'm going to go comfortable 2-0. I can't see Newcastle scoring. Kennedy?
I want to go for a 3-1, but I'm feeling like it could be a 3-0. But I'm going to stick to 3-1.
3-1.
I'm going to stick to 3-1.
Yeah, I don't know. I just look at Newcastle at the moment, and I think that they've had an unbelievable season, regardless of what happens. They've been really difficult to beat.
Yeah.
They've got a really good style of play in terms of what Eddie Howe wants them to do.
Yeah.
They know their jobs. And they've been good, but I just feel like their form going into the Carabao Cup final, I think they were starting to tail off. Not enough goals in the team, and unusually for them, leaking silly goals.
Yeah.
The Carabao Cup final, I thought, apart from the first 20 minutes, I know we scored 2 quick goals, then the game was over. So Newcastle couldn't really carry much threat. And then you look at the bench. You know, Matt Ritchie. Anderson. I know Isak is decent, but Jacob Murphy. Now, look in that cup final. I looked at when they brought on the likes of
Ritchie,
Matt Ritchie, and I'm like, that just shows you where Newcastle were at naturally, and that's fine.
Of course, yeah.
Whilst we were, bringing on
Sancho
Spitzer and Sancho, and so I think for where this team is, I think they're just starting to fall off a little bit, and I think they'll go on a little bit of a slump. I think not losing game after game and not get Europe. I just feel like the Champions League was probably always a little bit beyond them.
I disagree with you, to be fair.
So do you think that you can push again and still get Champions League?
I think what Eddie Howe's done, he's changed the mentality of the boys. So it's for me, it's bigger than the form. It's bigger than all of that. These boys believe that they can go to anywhere and
I agree.
and play ball.
Yeah.
Howe said in his conference on Friday, he said that we're not going to change the way we're playing with City or with Forest or whoever it is. We have a style of play, so don't be surprised if we come here and have the ball and pass it around.
I expect that.
So for me personally, it's like where this game is a tough game, but obviously the games afterwards, we still have enough to go back to what we were doing at the start of the season, and obviously be good off the ball, on the ball, be physical, and sort of just create more chances and take our chances and score goals.
Especially now, I suppose that's all you have to focus on.
Yeah.
There's no cup distraction. There's no the dream of what if Wembley, etc. It is now just finish as high as we can. I just feel like, I don't know. You know what Tottenham are like. Like you said, they've got players that can get them out of trouble. Liverpool are chasing now as well.
No.
You don't think?
No, I've always said it's between Newcastle and Spurs because
Newcastle are still in the mix.
of course.
They're definitely still in the mix. Of course,
They are.
If they win their games in hand, they're back into fourth.
But I'm gonna have to agree with Flex. I think it's not. I don't see you guys like doing a mad tail off. I just think what's happening now is the quality in the team
facts.
is evening out.
It's evening out,
Because the truth is, it's like we were speaking about Isak. It's like Wilson. I know he did Arsenal dirty last season. He moved to us, but Wilson is Wilson. You know, like a Champions League chasing team. You're up against Harry Kane. You've got Callum Wilson. You still got Longstaff. I rate him, good player, but it's like Longstaff. These are players. These are even Willock to an extent. Like I like Joe Willock as well, but
that shows you how far and how good we've done because Joe Linton, Willock, Longstaff,
Joe Linton's been a joke.
St. Maximum, Amir, all these guys were there when Steve Bruce was there.
Yeah.
It's still just the same
I don't
team.
think there's any shit. 100%. There is, in terms of where you're at, it's done unbelievably well.
Really well.
So we are about to kick off. The ref is doing something. I think he's forgot his whistle or something. I don't know. I swear he just gave him a whistle. It would be typical of the Premier League officials to forget the whistle. To be honest with you, he literally forgot his whistle. There you go. He's got it in his hand now. Erling Haaland is about to kick off and has done so.
Let's
we
go.
are underway at the Etihad. Manchester City taking on Newcastle.
come on, boys.
Look at the high press from Newcastle, trying to get after them straight away.
Come on.
No cup final
Oh,
blues.
come on. That?
In comes Gordon.
We're not changing.
and they're forced them to kick it out for a throw.
That was poor.
We're
by
not
Edison.
changing the way we play
That was poor by
against
Edison.
anyone, and that's why, like I say to people when like people say, "Oh, against Arsenal we parked the bus." The only person who backed us is Matisse, by the way. Shout out Matisse because he said that we went there and we put in a good, a good show for ourselves.
It was a good show.
But everyone's saying
But he did
to
park
me
the bus.
that we
Tossing didn't park the bus.
How? So
Long throw.
us starting this now on the front foot, higher up their pitch, going
Nice.
at them.
Trippier's done well to get out of that. Let's give it away though. Uh-oh, you don't want this. Counter-attack here from Manchester City. Kevin De Bruyne on the left-hand side. Phil
is
Foden busting
the
the gut to
danger.
get outside. Jack Grealish on the outside. Cuts in,
Oh, he
chops
did
in, gives it to Grealish.
Lascelles slipped.
Here it
Bang.
is. Oh, nearly
He
1-0
should-
straight away.
He should do a bit better.
Whose man is that? Probably
Who's marking him?
Lascelles.
Thank you. Perfect.
And just like that, Newcastle susceptible to the counter-attack. They get countered. Man City breaking numbers. De Bruyne travels with the ball. He cuts inside.
Newcastle
He
needs to be
slipped.
very
He did
wary
slip,
of this.
yeah.
There's such minimal
Good ball from
passes.
Jack
Like,
Grealish. He's completely open there.
Yeah.
Should he
but
do better there,
let's-
Kennedy, or is he stretching a little bit? It's a bit of a difficult one.
He could do a bit better.
yeah, he could do a bit better.
You like him a bit more?
Lascelles has got to look over his shoulder.
He's only
Lascelles
short.
had
He's
no
only
clue where he
short.
was, and I think Big Uggs, that's what he was literally talking
got
about.
to look over his shoulder.
The mistakes or the lack of awareness there.
Yeah.
That's a worrying sign there. You can't leave too many players open like that. Joe Linton on the gallop now though.
Oh,
Gets
nice.
past one, gets past two. Callum Wilson. Turns
I don't
into
want us
trouble.
to be
Newcastle
too
look-
naive though.
Newcastle are quite
It's,
open.
it's Man City playing on the counter.
Yeah, Newcastle are very open, very adventurous.
That's
is
that's
great.
been us all season. But
It's different to what you did against us. No, I'm
this
joking.
guy,
I'm
bro.
joking. To be fair, though, I will change my stance because you guys. Well, I do think you came to stifle us, but when you had the ball, you looked to attack us.
Of course, and we shut out your main guys.
Look at this.
What's Edison
People
doing?
tell
This is a
me,
good start for us.
I'm sorry, I've got
He's
to do
been
this.
pants this
This is
season.
an agenda that's just on
He's been pants
within the
this
Man
season.
United fans. Some Man United fans keep telling me you need people to kick with their feet. Or look at this. Look at the state of this. Look at that. What on earth is that?
But like,
Sorry, but that was.
I hope it's not gone under the radar. He's not been. He's having, for me, he's having one of his worst seasons.
Yeah.
I think like in terms of like shots faced, a high proportion of them have become goals.
Yeah. I think that's why I've always preferred Alisson to Edison. I feel like Edison is exceptional with his feet. Apart from when he's kicked it out there,
Yeah.
like he has a good reputation
I think
for
you've
that.
got to appreciate that Edison ain't saving that much.
Yeah, that's
Do you
what
get
I
what
mean.
I'm saying?
Yeah,
Like, come on.
But I just feel like there's more of a mistake in him more than Alisson.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
See, yeah,
Cells
Plays
all
on
over
the
the
edge.
top
Ooh,
there.
good pop.
He will always go long.
Almer on there.
He's always going to go long. by the
Yeah.
way.
And if he
Yeah.
sticks to that, fine.
That's fine.
Get them up the pitch.
But
Corner. First corner of the game.
these
And they had
first 3 minutes,
They had 3 people in the box as well for that cross. Newcastle starting off really well.
this first 4 minutes is us showing our intentions of how we aim to play the game. But this is how we started the final, though, isn't it?
Yeah, on the front foot,
On the front
100%.
foot. But
100%.
we just can't be too naive and
One
be.
goal changes that.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
look, in the transition, you
Exactly.
clearly saw straight away they've already created
gotta
the best
see if
chance
he
of the
can
game.
keep
Yeah, but
Yeah.
Bruno Guimarães wasn't fit. He's just come back from injury, right?
Yeah,
Hung it up for the back post. Lascelles gets there.
Go on.
Miguel Almiron. Oh, and they get it clear. Just good pressure from Newcastle. Good touch from
Good
Grealish there to
touch.
try and bring it down. They want to get it clear. Gets the goal kick.
Nice.
We fear no one.
You do
And
fear no one.
we
That
fear
is
no one.
definitely
That's
true.
why they've only lost
Yeah.
to one team, the
And
league this season.
Exactly, and that's why we are literally
Man, I
where we are.
really would love to beat you guys at St James Park.
Yeah, same.
Just that revenge for
Same.
last season.
I can't see it happening, bro.
I can't see it happening either. To
You
be
can't.
honest.
You
Nah,
can't see
I
beating them
can't.
at Newcastle.
I can't. I'd love a win there, but I can't see it.
Where's the belief, man? You just feel like you could beat anyone. You're Arsenal.
Yeah, but like there's just certain teams in the way they play.
Trauma.
I can't lie. Maybe
Newcastle
a bit, yeah.
pressing really high. They've got real intent to go.
I need to up my belief.
Go on. We are winning the ball further up the pitch against the top teams. This is stuff that I've not seen us do in years. Like probably since I say Alan Pardew's season where we finished 5th. Like we started this game away at Man City on the front foot. This to me is new to me. It's new to me.
Two completely different types of teams, but where do you think has been the biggest change this season, Newcastle or Arsenal?
Newcastle, I think, because
Good question.
I think it's equal.
Oh, De Bruyne.
Yeah.
I think it's equal, to be honest.
Yeah, for different reasons.
Yeah.
But in terms of what you're getting out of both, they're both completely superseded. Nobody expected Arsenal.
Arsenal
to
have
be
become
doing this.
Arsenal have legit
no
become
one expected
mentality
Newcastle to do
monsters. Like
Yeah.
what Klopp says.
Yeah.
There's a winning aura, even though we've not won anything.
Yeah, but Arsenal still have
Yeah.
the quality to be in and around that top part of the league, regardless.
Yeah,
Regardless.
but
Whereas we,
Yeah,
This was
that's
literally
true,
a relegation
that's true.
team last
yeah,
week, apart from a couple man. But
I
do you get
would
me?
say Newcastle.
Yeah, Newcastle, same. Thank you.
not there.
easy, Bruno Guimarães.
And don't forget, if we go down, Arteta's coming with us.
What are you going to do?
Okay,
We've let it bounce. Oh, he's done well. Interesting start. I think it's been a good first 6 minutes about to approach. I think Man City have definitely learnt the intention of Newcastle. They know they need to be on their game. They need to be ready. But they will create. I think they've shown already though that they at any moment they can create chances, that's the Man City way. That's what they do.
And that's what we've got to be careful of. Like, we can't be too open or too naive, and you know, like we can't press at every chance we get to press. You know, we've got to hold our shape and stay compact, and just try and obviously stay in the game, because City have the quality to just pick any pass.
Well, that's one thing you are good at doing. Is like, so now you're not pressing as much, but happy to just, you know, shuffle across, keep your compact shape, let City have it in those areas, and then probably when it gets into the middle third, try and engage them a bit more. But yeah, I think you're definitely capable of doing that.
So like this now, what we're doing now, like we're staying compact, and when we're not going at them too much, is what we need to do, because if we go at them at every opportunity, they'll just pick us apart.
You don't need to go toe to toe.
No. Bruno,
Nice.
Well played.
he is unbelievable.
Bruno,
By the
such
way.
a baller.
He's absolutely unbelievable.
I would take him, man.
You lot saying he's that good, yeah?
Oh, my goodness.
I'm like,
What?
he's all right.
He's all right.
He starts for Man United.
Of course
He doesn't. No, I've had this before.
course he does.
He doesn't. He doesn't
starts for
start.
Man
He
United.
doesn't start ahead of Eriksen. He doesn't.
I love it when we get into
He doesn't.
this.
He starts.
No.
Why not?
No, he's all right. He's
I think he starts, you know.
What reason does he not start ahead of Eriksen? Please tell me.
Eriksen's better on the ball than him. Oh, he's giving it away. He's giving it away. Oh.
Shit.
I think Bruno gives you more than Eriksen defensively, and Bruno and Eriksen on the ball.
The quality
I
is the
think
same.
it's kind of the same, bro.
quality's the
It's kind
same,
of
yeah.
it's kind of
that's
the same.
exactly-
People laughed at me when I mentioned Fred's name, yeah?
That's
Because
it.
Bruno Guimarães is doing this thing, yeah?
Bruno's better than Fred.
But listen,
Brazil.
with Fred's impact, what he's having at Man United and the way he
He's-
gets about the pitch, Bruno Guimarães can't get around the pitch like Fred.
He's having a good.
And when you got the balance of Casemiro and then Bruno, the real Bruno,
Bruno
yeah,
The
I
real
don't need
Bruno.
I don't need another one.
Bruno's got legs.
Not like Fred. Not like
Fred,
Not
but
like Fred.
he's got the.
You
He's
realise
got,
Fred's playing out of his skin right now?
yeah, he is, but he's got better quality than Fred, though.
Also, bear in mind that Bruno's playing out of his role. He's playing for us now like a
Yeah, what's his
number
best
4.
position?
I think for me,
10.
What? No,
Is
like,
it 8?
like an 8. So, and I would rather
to box.
us buy probably a CDM, and that pushes him up for a bit more to create more chances and to get more goals. Right now, he's doing a job in there, but for me, that's not his best position. He's better like for me playing a bit higher up the pitch where he can turn and create more for us. But look at him, get stuck in.
But that's the whole Newcastle team, I think, gets that. Joe Linton
And now,
does that.
look at him
Gordon.
now.
Play the ball.
Look at him now. Bruno G,
Pass.
go on, Bruno G.
Left foot. Oh, he kicked it. He kicked his own foot,
It's
didn't he?
great. No,
That was a great
I
tackle.
think he just poked the ball.
Yeah.
Good
Good counter attack there
In 10 seconds,
from Newcastle. Oh, no.
we
Is that Joe
saw
Linton?
Bruno
Oh, you
win
don't
the
want him
ball.
injured
Not
again.
Bruno. Please, not Bruno. Please.
Intent from Newcastle.
Yeah.
Intent.
We've seen Bruno just now win the ball off
Yeah, look, he
KDB.
kicked his own foot. Yeah, bruh, what's that?
That's
hell was
actually
that?
so funny and so
40
low.
million player.
Playground stuff, man. What's going on there?
Oh, shit happens.
Joe Linton, he's key for us. He's like our unsung hero.
Mate, he has been reinvented.
Joe Linton.
Yeah, man.
Unbelievable.
Like, he's so good in midfield.
Yeah. Yeah.
Tank.
Like, everywhere across midfield.
His engine. I remember
engine.
when we played Newcastle last year.
Yeah.
I was with
At home, right? At
home.
our ground, yeah?
Yeah, I was talking to a Newcastle player before that, right? And he was saying to me how good he's been in training, Joe Linton, and he goes, "Bro, trust me tonight. Watch this, yeah." I said, "Whatever, man. He can't come play centre mid against us. No, no." At half time, I gave him a standing ovation.
Yeah.
All of the whole ground did that game, but he's just so powerful.
He's so honest, man.
He works hard.
Yeah,
I think he's added like an extra bit of quality to his game as well that wasn't always there. Yeah. And just to, midfield is one of the hardest positions to play, central midfield, if not the. You know what I mean? It's a really, you have to be able to scan, know what's going on at high intensity. And from a, in inverted commas, failed striker, if you want to call it that, for him to do what he's done is just
Alan Smith vibe.
Mad. Yeah. It's crazy what he's done.
Yeah. And the fans let him know like how much we love him. And he knows now as well, because he's transformed into this beast for us.
This
and
is beautiful by Newcastle.
He plays.
This is lovely by Newcastle.
Playing good, isn't it?
Popping it. This is nice.
Look at this. Long stuff. I should have brought it down.
Oh, you could have brought it down.
I think it was a bit too high.
Should have brought it down.
I feel like we're just waiting for you to flop. We're just waiting for one mistake.
Yeah. City playing.
You see what Haaland just did there? Yeah, that is typical Haaland. You see, there's ball over top. Lascelles, does he know he's there? Gets absolutely bodied.
You got to watch the ball, bro.
Who's in the box with De Bruyne?
He felt that. Who's that? Going Joe Linton.
De Bruyne free kick incoming.
Who was that who went steaming in there?
Bruno G.
Yeah, went steaming in there. He doesn't need to. I don't know why he's done that. Gundogan's absolutely sold him, to be fair. He thinks he's going to shoot. Just whoops, see you later. He put there. Like, stupid tackle.
Bruno G does have that in his game where he rushes in to the tackles in dangerous areas.
That's a stupid tackle, man. That's really silly. Outside your box, you've got people like De Bruyne and Gundogan who can stand over this, and you go and do that.
Fantasy football, Kevin De Bruyne. Don't mind.
This could easily be.
Would Bruno Guimarães get into the Man United starting 11? Yes or no?
Yes, he would.
Of course he would, man. Of course he would.
71% say yes. 28% say no, he wouldn't.
You focus on that.
Yeah, I've already clicked no. In all honesty, he probably would. He probably would. But with what Fred and Eriksen have been doing, it's been good. But
Bruno comes in and gives you more than them.
Bruno steps up over the bar.
All day.
Over the bar.
All day. This is a good start.
He's been doing that a lot recently.
Yeah.
First 12 minutes.
Yeah, City.
You got to be happy with this.
Of course. But this is how we started in the final. So what we have to do is make it count. Like we've got to have the quality to now punish, Man City by taking our chances. Or
exactly. Make the most of those opportunities.
Like that free ball to Gordon, we've got to make that count. You know?
He's got to get a shot off.
On target at least.
Doing that,
because it's all well and good, play nice, but goals is what win your games. So that's what we've got to focus on.
You know what it is? Man City are having better second halves at the minute, so it's like
moving like Tottenham.
Yeah, it is. So you've got to stay on form. I do think you will get a goal, but let's just see.
Well, you went 3-1, didn't you? So
yeah.
You went 3-1. It's like City, and this is what I mean about the drop-off of City. I think City of old, what used to happen if you go anywhere near the Etihad, you're getting absolutely swamped. Teams would also not do what Newcastle are doing now out of fear. That fear seems to have gone in terms of, you look at City and you go, you can get at this Manchester City side. If you show a little bit of belief and not pay them too much respect and go after them. We did it at home against them, albeit we got absolutely embarrassed early on in the season at the Etihad, early on in our thing, the 6-3. But even teams like Forest, they hung on in there. Everton did it. Brentford have beaten them there this season. You know what I mean? Teams have gone to the Etihad and gone, you know what? We're having a go. I mean, they might lose slenderly or whatever, but they can be got at.
Is it the drop off of City though, or is it purely the progress in other clubs?
Teams? Yeah, I think a bit of both.
Because I would argue that there's not been a massive drop in quality at Man City. I feel like it's just been. Not massively.
No, there has.
I disagree.
No, because watch the way City play. Like look at this game. This is not Man City.
It's not vintage Pep.
This is not Man City. Man City. When you go to the Etihad, you're expecting they're gonna, like, the City teams that have scared me are the ones when I see them play. They're almost creating chances like every 2 minutes, every 3 minutes at will. I don't see that this season.
So do you feel like we should have kept Jesus and Zinchenko then?
You shouldn't have sold so many of them because I feel
that's exactly what
I feel like it messed. I feel like it messed with the balance of your team and also defensively as well. If you actually watch Man City, I feel like there's a lack of energy in the way you guys press now. You give teams so much time on the ball. Like look at the Damari Gray goal that he scored. Like everyone knows what he's doing.
Foden into the box. Foden right foot, and it's a goal.
This is what I'm talking
about. Just like that.
What a goal!
I think it takes a deflection and it goes in. They back off of Phil Foden. He drives, and you were saying you wanted Mahrez to start because there's more control control with him, and
I
Phil
know.
Foden said,
That's so.
"No worries, you've got."
Newcastle will be disappointed with that.
What happened there? Talk us through
There's
that.
like 4 players.
That's what I'm talking about. Like
They will
we've got to make these things count and not concede silly goals.
They will be disappointed
That's a
to
poor goal to
concede that.
concede. He just ran through everyone. He's beat everyone, untouched as well.
They're not happy
He's
about
got-
this. We need to see the replay and see who should have engaged him better. Not much pressure on the ball here, but there's no danger there. The ball goes out wide there. Dan Burn gets out to him, allows him to come inside. Bruno
easy.
doesn't
That's
come
too
on a
easy.
Joe Linton.
That
Doesn't
is
come
too
on.
easy. That's
Way
too
too
easy.
easy.
That is
It's
too
just
easy.
far too
Anthony
easy.
Gordon there bottled it. Look at him. Look at
Doesn't
him.
want
Look
it.
at him. Look at him. He bottled it there.
Yeah, well, he's the wrong side of him. Bruno
Bruno
doesn't want to
there
put his
too,
legs
bottled it
in. It's just poor from all of them.
There's
All of
five
them
of them
don't want to
there.
touch him. They're scared.
That's poor.
And Botman tries to.
That is the same sort of goal
Was that sharp?
that Rashford got,
see.
or the own goal in
Deflection.
the
Yeah,
final.
Nick Pope couldn't do anything about that. But I think you have to. You can't do anything about deflection, but you can stop it at cause. And allowing someone like Phil
Poor
Foden
defending.
to drive like that, and so many players literally tiptoeing about, not wanting to put it on the line and make a solid tackle because he got into the box. That's what you get.
If
And 1-0.
if that's an own goal for Botman, that's his second own goal.
Yeah, they've given it to. It was
as
on
many
target,
games.
wasn't it? So I don't
Oh,
think
okay.
they'll give it to as an own goal.
Now
1-0 down after 15 minutes, bro.
Yeah, this is
did
what
say
happened last week,
Yeah.
you know, and now our heads might drop because
necessarily.
we've been playing well, and then to let such a cheap goal in, that can affect you.
Nice.
But we just got to keep doing what
Good
we
pass.
Good
Ball set him. It's Wilson. Can he
One
open
more,
it out?
one more.
Good touch. Finish it. Oh, what a block. Sean Longstaff was in there, and that is a fantastic
That's two
block.
chances now, you know.
The ball comes in now. Oh, that was a brilliant block.
Mate,
I'll tell you what.
Newcastle
And that's the
looked so
difference, though, in the
threatening.
defending,
Yeah.
though, in terms of not letting someone have a free opportunity. But wow.
Even that's the difference.
Look,
in
giving
attacking
the
as
ball
well.
away by Aki now. Gordon.
Oh,
Bro.
Gordon's becoming lively in that final third. Trying to get involved in the game.
yeah.
You spoke about heads dropping. No. And Tosin was literally just saying that. Say maybe not. No. And it's been a good response from
Yeah.
Newcastle.
Yeah, it's not over.
Yeah, no.
Just keep playing the way you're playing.
Yeah.
You're causing City
Good
problems.
ball into. Oh, well done.
So as a City fan, I
no
want to
ideas.
ask you the question. Yeah,
Go on.
Uh-oh.
Here we go.
what's your thoughts on Haaland then?
He's got to get that. Oh.
Good challenge.
That was a good tackle.
My thoughts on Haaland changed pretty quickly.
Oh, yeah. You wasn't. I
Yeah,
remember you weren't a fan at the start.
because oh god, I hate doing this because then everyone's like, When we first got him, I was like, was blowing smoke up his ass, weren't they? Like, oh, you don't worry about Jesus, don't worry about Zinchenko, don't worry about all these changes. You've got Haaland now.
He's off.
Oh.
Good
We
pass.
don't want this.
He's
One-on-one
in.
with Dan Burn. Well done.
Good
Big man
defending.
blocks it.
And then it was very quickly like the whole team had been built around him, and it was goal after goal after goal. Do I think he's technically amazing?
This is
no.
great
Do I
defending.
think he's a great goal scorer?
That's
yeah.
great
And that's
defending.
where I am at the minute with that.
Yeah, he is a great goal scorer. I don't think you need him to be
That's
technically
brilliant
any better than he is. I think
Facts.
he just scores
Yeah.
goals. If you
Facts.
put it on a plate for him and consistently feed
Facts.
him
Yeah.
chances,
Facts.
he will. Which is why he's got
Yeah.
what was it, 26 goals in the Premier League? What's he got?
27
Look,
goals.
he's
isn't it?
young,
27 in the Prem?
He's young,
Stupid.
he's big, he's fast, he's low risk to injury.
Yeah.
He scores goals,
Yeah.
and that is exactly what we bought him for. So.
What I found
Get rid of
really
it.
funny,
Get
that's a
rid
good
of
tackle
it.
by Rodri.
Get rid of it, guys.
Bro,
He's trying to
you're
play out.
away at Man
He's
City.
won the foul.
Lucky
What
man.
I find really weird, it's funny, you know, when you talk about football like we do, how the conversations shift like from month to month or over a sample size. Because when Haaland first came, it was he's going to break every record there is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's amazing.
I never
City,
ever said that,
Like
you know.
it's a cheat code. City are going to win the Champions League. They're going to win absolutely everything.
Yeah.
And he started like that, and there's a reason why he's got so many goals. And then about a month ago, the
Yeah,
narrative became. Did he go to the wrong club?
Yeah,
Man
but-
City aren't really playing well.
Yeah.
One guy's getting all the goals, but the team is not playing as well. And
Ronaldo
are they better or worse with him? And it's like, it's so fascinating how the conversation... And then now it's gone back to, well, he's scoring goals again. That's kind of gone away.
But
Yeah.
football
It's
fans
weird.
are fickle. This is what they
yeah.
do, man.
that.
I was
Yeah.
just going to say
One
that.
minute it's this.
Listen, do you know what?
that.
Very reactionary.
Very,
Yeah.
very
He
reactionary.
just needs. He needs time. Like they need. It's a marriage.
But
They
what's he
need-
doing wrong? He's got 20... He's
Exactly.
like, he just needs to just keep doing what he's doing, no?
Yeah, but it's like some. I think
City need time with him.
City need to
Yeah.
adjust to him, to basically the way like playing to his strengths. Because a guy like him, no matter how well you play as a team and what your team idea is, if you sign a striker like Haaland, it's natural that the team is going to want to wrap around the way he plays and suit to him. So, but City traditionally have not been a team that are focused on playing around one player. They're a system, and I think they just need to get used to, okay, how do we integrate this guy's goals, this guy's movement, this guy's way of playing into our system?
I think they started doing it earlier on, but Gundogan, I've watched him so many times with Haaland. I think he's anti-Haaland. I think because I think against
he's done there. Phil Foden cuts in.
He's done him.
Finds Haaland with a great little.
Good challenge.
That was a really good.
Get rid of it quick, man.
What are you doing? Oh, he's
Get
done
rid
well.
of it. Get rid of it.
He hasn't done well. Who is that? Dan Burn.
Botman.
Or is that Botman?
Botman.
Absolutely awful defending. Bruno Guimarães comes across. They want a foul, but they're not going to get a foul there.
Absolutely flawed him.
Sorry, who was talking there?
Yeah, me.
That was a foul.
So like what I was saying, I feel like with Man City is like they have a way of playing, right? But they need to realise that they've got this killer guy up front, and they don't need sort of number 10 striker that can come deep and like link up play. They've got players that can do that in De Bruyne and Silva and the other guys. Haaland, his job is to put the ball back in there.
No, just go long, like you said. Just go long.
He's
Lascelles.
Old school 9. Literally.
Yeah, he is an old school 9. He is.
Good header.
He is an old school 9. That's not a
foul.
foul. Yeah. What do you think Haaland's ceiling is? Like, by the end of his career, is he going to be up there as a 9, like the likes of Lewandowski, Benzema,
I hate to say it, if he stays at City,
Aguero
no.
in his...
If he stays at City, no.
Yeah.
That's the truth.
I think
I
He'll
hate
end up
that.
going to like a Real Madrid or a...
If he wants to be an Mbappe, do you know what I mean? It's just not going to happen here. Like, his plan, he's always said, is to move around. He wants to play for all the big clubs in Europe.
I see
That's
him
what
like
he
a
needs to
Zlatan.
do.
Yeah.
But a better version. I think he'll score more.
That's
but
a good comparison.
I feel like he will go and play for the biggest teams that there's been. I think he'll go and play for Real Madrid. Then at some point in his career, I could see him at like a Inter or AC or Juve, whoever's at the top of there. Then I can see him playing for a PSG. I could just see him being that maverick that can just play for all the big clubs.
That might kill him though, because I feel like for him, what he wants to do is like have a say in one league. So if I'm him,
but I think he'll clock it and move on.
What?
So like have a say
Probably.
here. So he's probably gonna break the record already.
Yeah.
For like what Mo Salah got? How many?
34 in the season. Yeah.
34. I think he'll break that.
Yeah.
At some point, whether it's this, maybe he breaks that,
Yeah.
wins the league, might even win the Champions League at City, clock that in the next 3 years, then go right. Real Madrid, Mbappe's already there. Benzema's retired. All right, I'm there. I'm the guy. Clock that. Win a couple Champions League. Go. PSG on the revamp. Do you know? I could just see him like clocking. Not. I could see him clocking all the levels, and then just moving on. So he will have, like you said, he will have the say in all the leagues.
But if he wants to be put
can
up
see
there
that.
with these names, I feel like he's got to win Champions League, and just winning the Premier League isn't enough, because look at Aguero, and what he's done.
Oh, you think he needs to win it at
City?
City? You mean not just anywhere else,
at City first,
Yeah.
and then move on.
Yeah.
Because because like there's players like Aguero, he's clocked this league, but people don't put him up there because he didn't win Champions League.
Insane as well, because Aguero's just
He was just a ball.
It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but
unbelievable.
So if Haaland wins the Champions League here and then goes on elsewhere and wins it there, of course, then put him.
Here's one for you.
Up there.
Is he capable of winning a Ballon d'Or?
Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course.
Yeah, he is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
easily. Because I feel like his playing style, because he's not that involved, it's just sheer goals.
Yeah,
He doesn't do things by himself.
He's a very.
What you just said there is exactly how
He's a
I
very.
feel.
He reminds me of a very rapid Van Nistelrooy.
Yes.
Like he knows where to position himself to get the tap ins and whatnot. But
I think if Mbappe got a Ballon d'Or, it would be more because of what he achieved as the trophies he won within the season and getting like top goal scorer. But whereas if obviously Messi's an anomaly, but when players like that get it, or someone like Mbappe, they will have these stories throughout that season of winning, of where they single-handedly
they want to see technical ability. They want to see.
But it isn't always like that. Like when people Modric have won it and stuff like that, it goes off and he should have won it. He's unbelievable, but it goes off what you kind of win. Do you know what I mean? The volume of stuff you win. So, but I agree. If he could win the Ballon d'Or. No, they said they're both at it. I like that. Physical, saying you're both doing it, mate. 6-1, half a dozen the other. Man City just settled down, haven't they?
Yeah.
Since the goal.
City are looking a lot better on the ball.
Yeah, let's get to some people in the chat. Chelsea 1905 says Haaland ain't winning the Ballon d'Or. And United haven't beaten us at Anfield in 7 years. It will be 8 years soon, says MKH. Obviously,
irrelevant.
Yeah. And Newcastle are coming down. It's time to go.
Aww.
They think it's over for Newcastle.
Even I'm not saying that.
Energy.
Come on.
Subo goes forth, says this Saka Foden debate needs to stop now, please. Wow. We've seen Foden do that.
I figured.
I don't get that. Why does it need to stop? Saka's unbelievable, and so is Foden.
Wait, so stop where?
Why does it need to stop?
Stop in favour of who? Saka or Foden?
I think they're trying to say in favour of Foden.
In favour of Foden.
Yeah,
Oh,
but
wow.
I don't get that. I mean, let's talk about that.
I even had some random guy message me on Instagram saying, "You're mad. Saka is just a pace and power merchant." I'm like,
He's not.
You are absolutely. The guy's got like I think it's probably second most take-ons or something, or if not the highest amount of take-ons in the Premier League. People are just my thing is watch the two for England. Who does more?
Saka's been clear of Foden this whole year.
Yeah.
Like, it's just a fact. Like, you can take technical ability in the way Foden glides with the ball and how he does. There's the ball through. Are they onto it?
But Saka does that also.
Yeah.
Saka does that also.
Yeah. Saka. For me, Saka.
So you think
It's been so
Saka's
consistent.
done more for England than Foden?
100%.
Really?
Yeah, 100%. Euro 2021. Saka was probably after Sterling. He was probably England's best player.
Give the ball away there.
But it's not
as simple,
Newcastle
though.
playing a dangerous game here. Kevin De Bruyne.
Bang.
Good block there.
And then at the World Cup, he was one of England's best players, if not the best.
It's just turning the ball over too much here.
I just feel like Southgate that doesn't know how to get the best out of Foden. So he plays Foden in a different
You don't know how to get the best out of a lot of players.
Foden was
Shots fired.
Yeah, you don't.
in the Euro 2020 or 2021, whatever. Foden was playing left wing, where he plays for Man City. no?
right wing.
Right wing. He was playing there. No?
Yeah, he was, but I feel like
Saka wasn't even starting. Saka came into the team and he's like, okay, cool. I'm coming into the team. I'm doing my dirt, and you're not taking me out of the team.
Saka over
That's
the
what he
last
did.
2 years.
Like he's just gone up a level.
Him over the last 2 years, so last season and this season, he's been the most he's been the most consistent.
Yeah,
because Rashford wasn't in the conversation last year, and this year's been unbelievable. But last year, Saka was putting in big performances and doing amazingly well, and took that into the World Cup. And this season,
But
he done the same thing as well.
you guys tend to base a lot of someone's like ability on how many trophies and how many things that
No,
they've won.
I'm not even saying
Yeah.
So
that.
it
Can't
depends
do
what
that
you're
with
basing
Saka.
it on. If you're basing it on that, then obviously Foden's the better player.
Yeah, obviously. But the thing is, my thing is, put Foden in Arsenal's team, and tell me if
You might as well. You took everyone else.
Put Foden. Look,
There's the ball. That's got to be the ball. That's the
put
easy
Foden in
one.
Arsenal's team.
Well done.
Tell me if he's doing what
Whip that
Saka's doing.
Trippier. He does do that. And
it's poor.
It's a poor ball from Kieran Trippier, actually. What touch?
I think
Actually,
Foden's
bad touch.
very underrated person.
Bodied him. Oh, the counter-attack's on now. This is not what Newcastle want. It's
this is
3 on
this is
3.
looking like 2-0.
Haaland with the movement there.
This is
Opens it up for Foden.
this is-
Foden
this
one-on-one
is-
against
this is
Sam Burn. He's
looking
looking
like
to cut in
2-0.
on that left foot. Does it? Gets a block. 3 players around
Get
him.
rid
Well
of
done.
it.
Yeah, get rid of that. And they get out of trouble, Newcastle.
I think Saka gets the respect
Foden's
that he
been
gets just because he's at Arsenal. If, for example, Foden, I feel like people talk about Foden because he's at Man City, yeah? and City are a great team and they got all
I
the
actually
players,
rate Foden a lot.
Foden is
He's
wicked,
sick.
bro.
Wicked player.
No. This is not me saying Foden is dead. I think I was saying it the other day on the Big Six. I think Foden is such a sick player. For you to be at Man City and to get this is what his 201st appearance for Man City, and he scored a goal. Like that's nuts. That in this superstar team you're holding your own. I think I rate that a lot. But I'm saying as a player, I'm not seeing anything that he's doing that Saka can't do or can't do better.
I think we've
just can't see it.
No, but
What is it?
What
makes
for us
Foden better? Tell
to
me.
make it a fair test, let's go back to science days. If you get the Bunsen burner out, I feel like you'd have to place both of them within those squads to see that. Like, would Saka be able to come into a squad like Man City and play with those type of players?
Of course
would
he
Foden?
would.
Foden can definitely go into Arsenal and do that. But what I'm saying is, Foden might not be having the same type of shine as Saka, because Saka ain't playing with the players that he's playing with.
Yeah, but you can also do the inverse of that. Foden has been playing with world-class players around him for years, learning and growing off them. Saka's been feeding off scraps for ages. He's been our creative outlet for several years.
I don't disagree. I just think it would be interesting to see that positioning within those clubs. I don't think that you can...
Just really quickly before you carry on, there's a super chat here from Carl Bates. He said, Eddie Howe will be the downfall of Newcastle United because of this obsession with mid-class English players. They need to sign world-class players, not Madison or Mount.
Madison's a good player. I think both of those are good signings.
I think for where we are right now, it makes sense. Right?
I think you've got that spot on.
Yeah, for
Newcastle's transfer business.
Those
spot on.
Those would be great signings.
But bro, so you asked me what can Foden do that Saka can't?
Yeah.
Foden can play anywhere in that front. So on the right.
Bro,
Saka started left back.
Where did Saka start?
Yeah.
Where did Saka?
That's unfair. Saka
when Saka broke into the team, he played left back. He played 10.
Yeah.
He played left wing, and then we moved him to the right wing.
Right.
And in every single one of them roles,
can Saka be just as effective in the 10 role as he is out on the right hand side? No, he's not.
Not in the 10. I'll be honest, not in the 10. But
there you go then.
That's one tick. That's one tick.
Foden in the 10 ain't that popping.
Foden can play anywhere across that line, bro.
But in the 10, in the 10, he's not that popping. He's good.
No, but this is where stylistically it comes into it about what you prefer as a footballer, because Foden is a more cultured footballer in terms of his technique, the way he moves with the ball. Saka, I think, is more dynamic. He's more powerful than him. Akanji and Lascelles getting into it. Minor, nothing there.
I'm sorry, I'm not having it.
I was Wilson, actually.
I'm really not having it. Like, if you look at all of Saka's goals this season, all the goals he's scored, they've either they've either been goals to put us ahead or to bring us level on the match. The guy is scoring big goals in big games, and he's doing it more consistently.
Yeah, but that's because he's playing for Arsenal. But City have players also that can score goals for them, and that's what I'm saying. That people downplay what Foden can do because of.
I'm not downplaying.
You can't downplay Foden.
I'm not. That's the thing. I'm not downplaying. But that's
top-notch.
What I'm saying is, this is credit to how good Saka is.
Of course, he's good.
He is that like he's levels. He's not better.
He's just now come into that conversation with Foden now this season. I think so. Anyways, Saka's now put his name in that bracket to say, you know what, I'm on par with guys like Foden.
Sorry.
If Saka went City right now. Would he start? Would he start? If Saka went there if Saka went there in January,
not a chance.
Would he start?
He starts,
No.
of course he starts.
Of course he does.
This side. What are you saying?
No, he's not going to start.
Not a chance.
But have you seen the bench of City?
No, of course he starts.
Have you seen the bench?
Yeah.
Though?
I'm starting Saka.
And I've seen Saka as well.
I start Saka ahead of Grealish.
Yeah.
I start Saka.
So Saka, Foden, and Haaland.
The only ones I probably don't start him ahead, like for me, Mahrez is highly underrated. Like Mahrez on his day is like probably the best right winger in the league. He's just super good. But you look at Saka, one of the things that I think people don't talk about, his decision making is crazy. If you put him in vital areas, he's getting a great ball in.
Who, Foden?
No, Saka.
Yeah.
A great ball in, or he's creating a great opportunity, for someone or for himself. And the thing is, this is not anything new. His decision making for me has always been good.
He's come a long way.
Always been good. I just think now he's just doing a lot more consistently in the big games.
I do think Saka does start for City.
Come a long way again, and he's dropped it, Ederson. He wants a foul. That's not a foul.
He'd suit a City shirt, to be honest.
Joe Linton, he's going to have a shot. He doesn't make his mind up. Just gets brushed aside. No fouls. Really indecisive from Joe Linton. And it sparks another counter-attack for Manchester City. As Grealish, you got him busting through the middle. You've got Foden getting up there. Obviously, Haaland.
He's going to take it to the line.
The ball's going to come in, away from Lascelles. Nice and easy.
Lascelles makes you laugh.
Good touch. You're just nervous anytime.
He had to think about that so much. Like, okay, cool.
What are you doing, Joe Linton? That is where you have to say. That's where, because he's not a cultured central midfielder. He makes stupid decisions. Trying to play ball there. You're not.
That's not a foul.
You're not Javid. You can't play ball there, Joe Linton, man. You got to get rid of it. Newcastle just finding it tough now. I think after that initial start, since conceding the goal.
Yeah,
they've probably just struggled to stick to their original game plan. It's kind of knocked them.
Yeah, but I mean that will happen because we're coming to the Etihad, so naturally that's going to happen. Even if it was 0-0, or even if we were ahead, this is going to happen. But I think for us now it's about staying in the game, not letting City get stupid goals like the first one, and probably just trying to
Keep ball, Haaland back
Bang.
post. Oh, he's missed it. He should score.
Yeah, I think he should.
He should score on first
big
look.
to be
That's a
missing
great
that.
ball from Kevin De Bruyne. That
is.
is exactly what he always does. Puts it right on the money for whoever wants to receive the goods. That's a great switch there as well.
Great cross.
Great touch.
Bang.
First time cross. You expect him to head it back across
Get it
goal
on
at
target or
least.
something.
Yeah, he tries to go near post.
That's a difficult chance, though.
You think?
Yeah, because
I think he's tried to go near post. I think he's got to try and head it back across.
I think he's jumped a bit too early. So he's
Pep
waiting for
knows
it
it
to
as well. He's
come down.
But
a
the
bit.
chances are coming in for Manchester City. Thierry Henry with the super chat. Thierry Henry says Saka and Foden debate is outdated. Foden is a Mazzola and Saka is a forward. Both world-class talents. Also, Saka plays left wing, back left wing, central midfield, and right wing.
Central midfield, Saka.
I don't know. I haven't seen him play much central
midfield. I have
But
never
the
seen
others,
Saka play
I
in
get
that
what you're
CM
trying to say.
role or that 8 or 10 role. Saka's always for me being a left back or
Rhymesy Rhyme says
no.
Saka equals way overrated.
When he broke in
savage.
on the Emery, he played like his first 3 appearances. He played in the 10.
But we're
And he was
talking
doing-
about Saka.
and he was doing dirt. Albeit Europa League, he was doing dirt there. And then, because he was playing so well in the 10 role, and when we had an injury at left back, what's his name? Emery put him as a left wing back, and then he was doing dirt there as well. And then we moved him to left wing, doing good there. Then right wing. Now he's doing his best.
Bro,
right wing.
but we're talking about Saka at his top level. Yeah, I've not seen Saka at this level he's been at play anywhere across that front three apart from right wing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but
get
maybe
me?
that's
So-
because in the team that he's in, he doesn't have to now because they've sorted it. They've got the emergence of Martinelli
Yeah,
means that
I
Saka don't have
like-
to go there
but-
anymore. Like he's
That's
found
like
his
me-
position.
that's
I
like
think
me-
as a young player coming in and
Yeah.
playing a variety of positions, that shows a lot. That shows a lot about your ability
even-
because
even
when you're
if-
young, you need to come in and master one position.
Yeah, even if he can't play that, that should be no stain on him. That's like me saying Marcus Rashford. I don't know what it is, but you compare him when he plays on the right to when he plays on the left.
Yeah, on the right,
it's
it's
a
terrible.
different player.
Yeah.
On the right, it's just not him.
Doesn't work.
But am I now going to say, oh yeah, because he doesn't do well on the right? Oh yeah, like this player. No, it's not. He's probably the best player in the Premier League right now.
I just think if you're a manager, you would want Foden because he can give you more than what you can get from Saka.
But I can say okay, trust
offers you
him.
more.
That's a good pass.
That's a really good pass.
Bang.
Oh
That's the stuff.
no! The cutting
that's
edge.
3 chances
That
now.
is
Isak,
poor
man.
from Wilson. Really
Where's
poor.
Isak?
Newcastle work it really well. The ball
That's a
comes out.
chance.
The cross comes into Wilson. All he has to do is make connection and probably just slot it.
That's a
and he gets it
chance.
completely wrong. How many times, Big Oz,
Okay, that's a good pass.
have we seen that from Newcastle without the cutting edge?
This is the third.
How many times have we seen that recently?
mad.
Not scoring enough goals.
That's 3 times that in this game, in this first half, where we could have and actually should have scored. And
He should
We've
score.
got to take
He
our
should
chances
score.
at City. This is
Bro,
Man City now because
That's
Callum
two
Wilson,
you've had.
you're meant to be a gunman.
Yeah.
He's in the
You got to be playing Isak now. I'm sorry.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I agree. But I agree.
I like Callum Wilson. He's a good, honest
should not
player.
be
He makes
starting.
good runs. But
Do you know what?
spend the
Imagine
big bucks on
that's
Isak
how.
for a reason.
Imagine you was a footballer and that's how someone described you. I like him. He's a good, honest player.
That was-
That is
Yeah.
so dead.
He works hard.
It's
he
so
works
boring.
hard.
It's
And you
so
know what? He
boring.
can score goals, Callum Wilson, sometimes. But I just think in this vein of form that he's in, like you got.
if I'm Isak
close.
now sitting on the bench, I'm kind of fuming because you know, like you guys have spent money on me, right? There's a number 9 who's injury prone and he's not scoring. I'm here. I'm ready to go, and
Good
you're
switch
not
from
playing me.
Longstaff to
Great
Trippier.
pass.
Trippier with a header down, really
Bruh.
nice cushioned.
You
Nah.
got
He's just
to-
completely missed it.
Ah man,
He's completely
Carl
missed
Walker
it.
caught
That
life.
isn't
Oh
shot.
my
He's
goodness.
got a,
Oh,
Carl
he's just got it
Walker
all
got
wrong. Yeah,
life.
he did.
Oh man.
it's like he
Through the line,
put
say
so
you
much
don't want
energy.
his Foden the ball's on.
Oh,
Didn't play
yeah.
it. He's going to do that one to Haaland at the back stick. No, keeps it. Yeah, and you're not going to get too much more of those opportunities,
not.
like you said before. City
not.
either go 1-0 up,
Yeah, exactly.
or just take the game away from you, where you again shut out those type of chances.
and-
BT was showing it before about like how you lack cutting edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that was literally another
that's it.
example of it. Like 2 good chances, Gordon's through, kicks it with his wrong foot and falls over.
Yeah.
You know, he could have forced a save where Edison parried that. And you
yeah,
get a tap in, you don't know.
nice.
There's the
That's
ball through.
lovely,
Sully's got a
man.
chop there. Oh, he falls over. Is that handball? No, he's all right.
And that's the difference between sort of having a Callum Wilson and a Harry Kane.
Yeah.
You know, for
that's a goal of Harry Kane.
top four.
That's a goal.
You get me?
It's a goal with Haaland.
Yeah.
With Rashford in the form he's in, it's a goal. You know what I mean?
Putting that away. Easy.
So yeah, I agree. There is a poll in the chat. Make sure you guys get involved as we have finished the debate on the Foden Saka situation. But who would you prefer? It's very simple.
Foden.
Saka or Foden.
If I go by Big Oogs, your rationale, then okay, cool. Because Trossard can play anywhere across, and he's done well for Brighton. Okay, then he's better than Saka then.
Because he can play variety.
He can play variety. And
I agree. It's a bit harsh to
I'm not having that.
Yeah, but
that's
bro,
like me. Okay,
that's not
do that with Lionel Messi. Is Messi as effective on the left as he is on the right?
But that ain't the only reason why that I'm saying though. Also on the ball as well, and also Foden attacks with more intent for me than Saka does.
Nah.
This is
when Saka. I'm not even an Arsenal fan yet. When Saka
Right,
gets
the
the ball,
guys, we've already done the
No,
poll.
but that's a master.
That's a
when
wild
Saka
statement you
gets
just
the
made.
ball,
There's either
he
an assist,
drives at players, bro.
And
He
listen,
engages fullbacks.
I'm saying more.
I'm not having this. Let me check take on stats in the Premier League. I'm not having
And
this.
do you know what? If I'm honest,
I'm not having
if I'm really honest though, Tosin, yeah. When I really stood up and went, you know what? Saka's the real deal.
United.
Was England against, not even just that. I rated him from like England against France.
Exactly.
Yeah.
When he did that on the world stage and they could not handle him, he spun Theo Hernandez bare tight. He couldn't do anything. Rabiot was coming across to help. He was causing all forms of havoc. And that's when I stood up and I went, you know what? Saka's the real deal. Saka's the real deal. Foden didn't get kicked.
Most take-ons complete in the Premier League, Bukayo Saka.
I'm not saying that Saka is not levels,
And Saka
but
doesn't attack with intent. Come on,
saying
man.
that if I'm a manager
Bro.
and I'm picking one of them, I'm going.
You just fancy him more.
I'm going.
Foden's just your guy more than Saka. And you can think that. That's fine.
You prefer his style of play. That's
Come on,
fair.
man.
That's fair enough.
Saka take.
But I'm not having that. No way.
Saka's unbelievable. He is wicked. It was at Man United as well, actually, early on in the season.
Yeah.
Even though we won 3-1, I went flipping it.
Yeah.
Like every time he got the ball, I was just worried. Like every time he picks up the ball, whoever the defender is, they leave the pitch going.
Look,
I didn't get. I just
and
didn't
even
get a rest.
look at what's happening with Saka now. They're putting 2 men on him now when we play.
He's unbelievable.
He's getting fouled a lot now. The refs aren't protecting him, but he's still putting up numbers.
Yeah.
That's a wild take.
I think Pep would love to have Saka. I think
Of
Pep
course he would
love Saka.
And Saka's a humble player as well.
Yeah, he works hard, takes on instructions, works for the team. He'll play the pass if the pass is there. And I think he's a Pep player.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying that he's not great. Like, Saka is amazing.
Good
right?
pass.
But
That's a really good pass.
Saka will get into his team, but Foden still starts on the other side. So Foden left wing, Saka on the right, Haaland up top.
Then you could say he's moved Foden out of his position, and Foden's versatility would be the thing keeping him in.
But Foden plays.
Not the fact that he's the best on the right wing.
But I would prefer Foden anyways.
Bro,
out on
if Saka comes to his
left-hand
team,
side.
the right hand side, he's starting.
He's
Of course, yeah.
He's absolutely starting.
Yeah, of course.
And Foden has to just play on the left.
It is 79%. Who would you prefer? Saka. 79%. 21% say Foden.
Nice.
It's only been 1 minute though. That's just it's only been 2.
It's been 6 minutes. It's been 6 minutes.
I'm kidding.
And we will see. We will see. Grid says this guy loves Foden too much. Newcastle are gonna wilt like my flowers, says Max. And
Like his
Foden is
flowers?
overrated, says Chelsea 90.
I think that's harsh. He's not
Foden's
overrated. He's not.
overrated.
Foden is a very,
Let's
very
chill
good
out.
player.
He's unbelievable.
Very good player.
Let's relax.
I respect him a lot as well for the fact that again he's a young player coming through the ranks and doing both of them. You got to give them
Both
their
of them, yeah,
props.
of course, yeah, facts.
Like, I like to see that.
It is funny though how if there was an England game tomorrow, it's Rashford and Saka.
Easy,
That is
easy.
That is
It's not
literally
even
it.
debatable.
It's Rashford on the left. It's Saka on the right.
Not debatable.
It's Kane through the middle.
And
that is crazy.
That's true because for me that's based on current form.
Yeah, that's what Gareth Southgate will
Yeah,
fix tomorrow.
current form, but also more effectiveness for England. Like I said, Saka, that right hand side for England, the past 2 tournaments, he's easily been the best player on the right hand side. Easy, like it's not even a competition.
Why is Newcastle one pace? They need to buy a foul to buy a whole forward line in the summer. Says goals for George.
Listen, we're coming.
Well, again,
we're
Isak's there, so that's one. But
Good pass.
got to switch that. Let's go.
Nice.
I've been impressed.
Dan Burn
with
is decent
Aston
on the
Villa.
ball, you know.
Yeah,
he is,
more than
yeah.
people give him credit for.
He is.
More than people give him credit
And
for.
I think
He's a Brighton player.
that's why Howe plays him, to be fair to you, because he's decent on the ball.
Newcastle, they've had a decent half, man.
They haven't been woeful, have they?
No, they haven't.
That's
It's
the thing.
just-
They haven't been woeful.
They've just not taken their chances.
Exactly.
And City have that know-how, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
and
do.
that's what it is.
Gordon started off quite well, but would you expect him to be a bit more involved maybe, or has that just been indicative of the type of game that it's been, and
Good pass.
you haven't been able to get him running in behind or using his pace as much, and he's obviously against Kyle Walker.
Yeah, and I think
Good pass.
the way
Good touch.
we're playing right now, it will suit
Nice.
St. Maximum a little bit because he can sort of be a bit braver on the
Good
ball
pass.
and take guys on. Whereas Gordon, he's just going to pass it and give it.
Yeah.
Whereas with like Maximum,
Look at the gap.
he would try to take on guys and make things happen.
Over Lascelles. They want the
Good
free
challenge.
kick.
Oh,
Does
free
he
kick.
give it? Yeah, he's a bit clumsy there. He fell over and kind of just took out De Bruyne just out of clumsiness.
He's lucky that's not a yellow card, because City are on the
He falls over and just
Again.
he just
Yeah,
leans
he's
on
lucky
him.
that's not yellow. Because City are on the counter. It's like 2v2.
You said about the two mistakes, innit? There's one for the Gundogan header,
Yeah.
and a bit clumsy there and brings down the player there.
But he's the captain, though, which is weird.
Yeah,
No,
it's because he ain't me. You're phasing him out, innit? It's like the
Yeah.
Maguire thing, innit?
Yeah.
He's the
They're
club
phasing him
captain.
out. Yeah, he's the club
and
captain.
fair play to Eddie Howe for
Yeah.
keeping him club captain.
I think that's the smart thing to do when you're
Yeah,
a
of
manager
course,
and you're
yeah.
trying to change the culture
Sure.
around. You don't just everyone
Take
wants it
guys
to be
out.
like FIFA or like
Yeah.
go in there, tell him he's rubbish, kick him out, take the captaincy off him. But
Yeah.
it's the same thing at Man United. It's the same thing like what Eddie Howe's done. He's like, I know the direction I want to go with this team,
Yeah.
and I will phase people out gradually. And he's done that. I think Eddie Howe's done that.
And
perfectly.
that's what Gerrard messed up with Villa because he took Mings
Yeah.
off captain straight away.
Exactly.
Straight away. So
He's not wrong, though.
Yeah, exactly.
Moves his pants.
Oh, he's going. Oh, he's all right. Yeah. Yeah, but then Emery came straight back in and he's his guy. There you go.
We're in now.
Oh my! Oh, that looked like he gave that away there. He kind of shanked
Taking
it.
less risks than
Take
he
it-
was before.
Yeah.
Nice. Joe
Feet.
Linton.
Yeah, and he couldn't get it.
Almiron wanted.
That's a great
Good
ball.
pass.
Pulling it.
What is
Couldn't
that?
shoot from there. It's offside anyway.
Oh, was he trying to cross it or something?
Miggy Almiron, talk to me about him. Started off amazingly well to the point where Jack Grealish had to apologise to him. He was scoring goals galore. Obviously, he was in that purple patch.
he's offside.
Not in that vein of form anymore, but
Yeah.
just his season and how he's managed to reinvent himself this year.
I think with Almiron, I knew anyways that he's always had this in him, yeah. But people would obviously base him off when he was managed by Steve Bruce. So I said in the summer that we don't really need a right winger because we have Almiron playing under Eddie Howe. So let's see what he can do because let's stop judging him on what Steve Bruce, gave him. Let's see this new version of Almiron. And now.
Oh, okay.
Talk shit about me now, bro. I ain't gonna forget what you said about me, bro.
So
Yeah.
now,
Man, come
we're
on,
sort of
Almiron,
seeing
man.
him.
Dunk on him. Dunk on him, Almiron, man.
You know what I mean? That's what you want. You want
goal.
Almiron scoring this
Posterise
running
him.
past Jack Grealish, like just giving it that. That's what you want.
Posterize him, man. Come on.
So like now we're seeing him under a good manager getting the best out of him, and he scored 10 goals now this season in the league.
Yeah.
For me, that's a fantastic return.
That's a great
It is
return.
half time. Manchester City 1, Newcastle United 0. Phil Foden with the goal. He's high-fiving his teammates there from a good display from him, coming back into form. It could have been an own goal, but it wasn't. Kennedy, we start with you. Your team need to win. Arsenal playing at 3 p.m. against Bournemouth at the Emirates. So far, so good. I'm sorry I had to remind you.
Don't remind me.
But so far, so good from your team.
It's not a given, to be honest.
That's
It's
a given.
not,
That's a given.
but-
Arsenal should win.
That's a
I'm
given.
confident we're going to win.
3-0 minimum. Toss. That is I tell you for free, that's a given.
Okay. I'll
Yeah.
take that. We should win. But you know the Premier League, man. You can't beat.
Bro,
You
it's a
can't
given. Bro,
It-
it's a given. Yeah. Bournemouth,
It is a
Emirates, it's a given.
Yeah.
Yeah. But your team.
Listen, good start. I expected a little bit more, but I can see that goal's kind of rattled them a little bit. I feel like they've not stepped off, but they're taking less risks. They're not being as forward as they were. So I feel confident, really. I'm not necessarily seeing that Newcastle goal now, though, but let's just see.
How do you think the second half will go in terms of City maybe up in the ante, killing
yeah.
the game, getting the second, or are you kind of worried that maybe Newcastle can gather themselves, get a team talk from Eddie Howe and raise their level?
Listen, they might potentially. That's what needs to happen if they're going to come back. But I feel like again, what I said before, City have got a little theme at the minute of having a better second half. So if that's the case again, then
City could blow them away the second half.
yeah, could be another 2 goals for City next half.
Newcastle keep it 1-0 till 70 minutes.
Well, you're hoping. That's what you want.
I don't think they have the luxury of doing that. You got to get a goal when you can get it. You can't decide when.
Yeah.
What are you saying about your team?
I'm glad that it's only 1-0 because in the final last week we went down 1-0 and then we conceded 1 straight after. So we've done well to stay in the game, and we're still creating chances. So more of the same in the second half. Hopefully we can just find that killer instincts and and get a goal. But 1-0 away at City at half time, it's not bad. It's not bad.
I'd echo that. I think you started with good intent. The things where you're saying about Eddie Howe said that we won't change how we play, etc.
Yeah.
But you see at the beginning when I was predicting that I just can't see scoring. I think I just think it might have hit its maximum.
Yeah.
I don't know. And that's not a bad thing. That's indicative of where Newcastle are. The subs that they're going to be able to bring on, apart from Isak.
Yeah.
I don't know. I just feel in this type of game, I think City will just have too much, and that 2-0 that I said, I think will probably happen. But I think again they've shown a little bit. They've shown that they can put it on Man City. And look, Callum Wilson, look at that. He had the chance, bro.
And the thing with us this season, this last couple games where we've been drawing games, we've been creating chances. Like we've created chances where we should be scoring, and it's just about putting the ball in the back of the net. And once we get back to doing that, I feel like we'll be okay. But like we've seen in the first half, we've created many chances.
Does Isak need to come on at half time?
I think
would you make any changes at half time?
No, I think for now we keep it the same. But I'll bring him on probably 55, 60 minutes. But I'll bring him on to play as a number 9. Eddie Howe likes to bring him on and put him behind Callum Wilson or to link up play. But bring him on as a 9. I'll take off Anthony Gordon for St. Maximum. Those are our only 2 changes that I would say that we can go in and make. And then the other guys is just makeshift if there's an injury or whatnot. But Isak to come on as a number 9 for sure.
Do you think that he will put them both up front and go over 4-4-2? Or just like for like and keep the same shape?
That's what he's done recently.
Yeah.
All teams need to start.
I mean, the Carabao Cup final is a bit difficult because obviously you had to go for it 2-0 down. But
I would want to see Isak as a 9. Play him up there by himself, give him that chance because his debut against Liverpool.
At Anfield, he caused massive problems.
He rocked it up. So I say play him as a 9, keep him there, and let's see how he does because some of them chances that we've had in the first half, he scores. But it's just about obviously taking our chances in the second half.
Tosin, obviously you've come here to try and get a bit of an upset before your game. It's not going that way in that. And I know you did kind of predict deep down that City would win this game. But how have you assessed that game? And was that the first half of a team that you're saying, this is why they're chasing us. They're taking care of business so far, and that's why you're in this fight that you're in.
It's 50-50. So 50% yes. I mean, like they're keeping things ticking with the win, but also 50%. I'm sorry. I know they beat us at home, but City just don't look impressive this season. I'm sorry. They just don't look impressive.
I don't think that's salty. I think that's true.
They don't look impressive. It's disappointing. Like I'm still like, why did we hand that win over to them? Like 3 errors because this team, like. You can get at them. I'm not saying that we're so awesome or anything, but you can get at this Man City team.
You can. Do you think Newcastle will get at them in the second half?
No, they don't have the cutting edge. They don't. I didn't expect them to. City will. I can see City probably just cruising 3-0 win. So
no. I think
or 3-1. Sorry. Yeah.
I think we've played better than I thought that.
Yeah, they've played good.
That we will.
But they're not. They're just not taking chances.
Exactly. But I still feel like we'll still create chances.
No, I don't doubt that you won't.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking I don't see anyone taking those chances. That's the thing.
I feel like at the start I felt like you was.
Yeah.
And then I feel like after the goal it kind of was a bit like, I'm going to sit back for a minute here and not take that risk. But like you said, they might have a good team talk at half time. It might change, but
I think Newcastle will huff and puff but lose 2-0.
Yeah.
That's just how I feel. I think, like you said, just the quality. I'm just not backing them right now to take those gilt-edged chances, and we've seen it there in the first half. But I do think they need to get Isak on as soon as possible.
Come on, Bomber!
And St. Maximum as well.
Yeah, that we huffed and puffed it in the final as well.
Yeah, just
and
do you know what I mean?
And it was just that.
Looks nice.
Yeah, man.
Right, excuse me, why have you got to say it like that?
No.
Wow, looks nice.
Because I've been to Manchester before, but like I've seen the.
You went to Salford, let's have it right.
I went to like the city centre. I saw like lots of developments in works, but I've seen it finished.
When you see the skyline.
Nice.
Do you know what?
Really
I
nice.
went back last weekend and I was like, whoa, like there's so many
really
more
nice.
buildings that I didn't even know was being built. It's mad,
really
I
nice.
do hear
It's an
it.
affluent area, man. It's definitely been built up. And
That's why it's going up in price.
What annoyed, yeah.
And a lot of them
What
are owned
annoys
by
me-
like Gary Neville and co. Because a lot of the new like Ryan Giggs and.
What annoys me is what City are doing in and around their ground. When I went to the
beautiful,
derby
innit?
earlier, I wouldn't call it beautiful.
Beautiful, bro.
It pays because when I went to
Doing a lot more for the community than you lot, yeah, of course.
absolutely, it's disgusting. When I went to the derby earlier when we lost 6-3, and I was walking in and I was walking over the bridge bit where they're building the arena.
Yeah.
And I looked to the left. I thought, I just didn't know. I didn't even know they was doing that. So I looked to the left. I thought, what's this thing? And I saw Co-op arena. I goes, this looks like a state. This looks like an arena. I was looking at the city. I goes, they're taking the piss.
Etihad campus is crazy.
Literally, what's going to happen is, as a tourist attraction, if you visit England, you know, on the list of things to do in England could be go watch Ed Sheeran on the Saturday, or go to the boxing on the Saturday in the Co-op arena, which they're building, and then go and watch Man City against Man United on the Sunday.
Do you know what it is?
It was unbelievable.
That area, they call it a regenerative area. I'm sure
Yeah.
that it's the same in
Yeah.
London, innit? But obviously I don't know those terms. But they built like a library, a leisure centre. You've got the Etihad campus as well. Certain age groups get free gym memberships, all that stuff. It's sick, man. It is. It's really good.
And that is one thing. Look, you know, Man United talking about new owners. Obviously, you guys have got new owners. Whether it's for Man United going to be Qatari or Jim Rat, whoever it is, that is high on the agenda because we're 10 light years behind City in terms of that infrastructure, what you're doing in around that area.
And that's fine because, you know, you've not had that in mind. That's not been the goal, is it? You've not had money and whatever else. But I feel like even Salford, that's really up and coming now. You've got Media City, you've got all these places.
Yeah, it's starting to come up.
It is. It's starting to. And then if United add into it, it's.
Yeah.
Listen, I'm here for it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, because actually, just being Manchester born and bred, you want to see just the whole city.
You do want to see everyone
regenerate.
come up. You want to see everything get better, and you want to see more opportunities as well. Because
To me, it's like obviously being from East London, Newham. Yeah, it's like seeing Stratford. Yeah.
The redevelopment. Yeah.
And what they've done there and how they've built that whole area up. And to me, it's like the same thing. And listen, it's good to see, you know, because it creates more opportunities.
Definitely.
And obviously more tourist attractions as well.
Just on owners, and obviously I know it's different because when you support a club but don't live in the city, so you know all Man United fans are from London, etc.
Yeah. Well, I live here now, don't I? But
you're the opposite way round, exactly. But being a Londoner and supporting, you know, Newcastle. In terms of the owners that have come in now, you guys wanted Ashley out, you know, for so long. Yeah. And that video of you we know you did. But now you do have the new owners. What do you think's next in terms of the regeneration of the city? You know, moving stadium. Would that, you know, what as a Newcastle fan? I know it's difficult because you don't live in the city, but what are you expecting now? What are you seeing as the forecast?
I think for me personally, is seeing like infrastructure in the club. So obviously training ground, because Mike Ashley didn't spend a penny on anything, so they've started doing it now anyways. They've been getting sort of things going in terms of changing stuff in the training ground. There's talk about them trying to expand the stadium. There's talk about them trying to do things in and around the city centre. So I think that's what is next for us, because that's what's going to take Newcastle, the city, to another level.
Would you be opposed to a stadium move? If it was for the betterment, like you said, under the banner of what you just said of redevelopment.
No, I mean, opposed. There's no need because obviously, if you see our stadium, there's the Leazes end, which is obviously like quite higher up. So then there's the other side. Just expand that bit too.
Build up on it, yeah.
Yeah. So I feel like we've got that already. So that's what I'm grateful for, because we've got that fan base and that stadium already. So it's just about adding to it. Like the same way City have done with Etihad, they've just added a few tiers.
I mean, we did move from Main Road, but
So for example, Liverpool, for example, like,
they're just building up.
So we don't need to now move and build a whole new stadium. Like we've got a good one there. So
can I ask you two this question? I'll start with you, Tosin, actually.
He's like,
with Newcastle with new owners and Man United potentially about to get new owners, you know, are you worried about those two clubs of what the next 10 years can look like? Of
course you are.
Even the next 5.
of course he is.
Yeah, I wouldn't say worried, concerned.
Of course, bro.
Yeah, because it's just financial doping, basically. No, it is. Let's just call a spade a spade. City done it as well. It's like I'm not trying to be a hater, but it's making the Premier League a bit more exciting, but it's ruining the game because you've got situations where Man United spend 80 M's on Anthony. Now Mudryk is going for like 100.
You was
M's.
ready to spend 80 million on Mudryk?
Yeah, I was, but the thing is, I was.
And you had the money to do it.
I was because I wanted the player, right? But like the market is now being indicated by these teams, basically. So that's why.
No, I'm sorry, but that's kind of. I mean, for as a Newcastle fan, seeing the way we've done our business, we've not spent like mad money yet. For example,
Because you can't because of FFP. You don't
but even so, I feel like it started way before even Arsenal, Man City, Chelsea.
No, I agree. I agree with that. Chelsea is Abramovich is the first.
Yeah, he's the first. So I feel like
City.
But that's the way the game's going now. Anyways, that's the way like players are costing much more money because football as a sport is getting more money. So I feel like. Yeah, call it whatever you want to call it.
He said financial doping was the actual term.
Yeah, that's wild to me personally because
it is because Newcastle are being essentially backed by a state now.
Yeah.
Do you know what? Yeah, the whole money thing bores me.
Just deep that a state is backing.
But do you know what? The money thing is boring because there's no solution to it unless they turn around and say, right, here's what you're allowed to spend. Everyone's got the same amount. That's the cap. That's the only way. So we can keep going around this debate. Now it's going to change.
Here's my thing, though.
The solution is build your teams. The normal way.
Yeah, but in the Premier League, there's always the teams near the bottom of the league who struggle to fight with because you can break down this compass of like
unless you
the
take the money
morality,
out of it, this conversation is going to go around.
Yeah, because there's teams that struggle to keep up with the likes of Arsenal, Man United, Chelsea, because they don't get as much TV revenue and they're struggling to keep in the league. Arsenal have had Fly Emirates on the front of their shirt for ages.
Yeah,
getting money from that side of the world for ages for transfers.
Bro, Arsenal have money.
That's what it is. It's called the Emirates Stadium.
I'm not saying we don't have money.
You lot can buy players for 8 million too, you know. But
yeah, we can because
choose not to do it. So that's what it is.
We can, number one, because our owner is rich, and but not
he's a billionaire.
Yeah, but it's not. It's come on, you guys.
It's not at the level. No. It's not at the level. It isn't at the level of the Saudis, or it isn't at the level of the Qataris.
I would say we've only started spending big probably since around, let's say, maybe 2017, 2018. But we've not. We're a team that's been quite modest in the way we approach our transfer business.
Do you think the richest club is always the best, though?
Sorry?
Do you think the richest club is always the best?
I don't. That's why I'm happy.
So it's like, you know.
Arsenal are finding a way to compete just fine without state backed or nothing.
I'll still back us to compete, but I'm just saying, like, it's concerning for me because, like I said, financial doping.
It's rugby stadium. I ain't seen that stadium in the Premier League before. It is Harlequins women versus Exit.
And think about Man United. Even with the Glazers, you guys have spent big.
But that's because we are a massive club and we make that money.
You guys have spent big on 100%. Trash players. So
100%.
now you get Saudi money. You're going to spend even bigger. On players.
But the thing is we don't even Man United. Look, I don't even need to look at him building that arena. Look at it behind there. Look at that.
It's making me want a chippy this really bad.
Well, a chippy, you said.
A chipper. Chips and gravy I want right now. Every time I see Manchester on the telly, it pisses me off.
Shoals Music says, big up the crew. Tossing United don't need sugar daddy owners. We make enough. We just need owners that care, infrastructure, right management, etc. And I actually agree with that.
Yeah,
we don't need someone who's going to. We're going to end up with that.
You guys are sinking in debt though, so you actually need that.
No, we just need someone to come out and manage the debt and clear it. But that's six. Barcelona were like over 600 million in debt, and they had to pull every economic lever possible to survive. Man United, exactly. Man United are in over 600 million of debt. We're still having transfer windows where we can spend 200 million, etc., etc. But we just need new stadium, new infrastructure, new training ground, etc., etc.
And do you know what it is? As like we said, football fans are fickle. Fans come with winning. Like everyone could do all that. Oh, everyone's a glory hunt or whatever.
That's true.
Well, if kids are being born and they see City and they want to support City because they want to win, it is what it is.
That's true.
Just like United were at one point. It goes round.
And you could also make the point that my tone would probably be different if I was the one benefiting from the money.
Well, yeah, I was going to say that to you.
If Kroenke went out at the time you lot was protesting and you got Saudi money or something. Not nice.
I'm glad you got there on your own accord. That's growth. That is growth.
The second half has just kicked off. There are no changes for either side. Will there be a change in performance? And will there be a change in the scoreline?
Newcastle still getting on the ball.
Yeah, straight away, making their intentions known, going direct, and Edison comes out to collect the ball.
I want to ask you guys a question, yeah?
Go for it.
So I've said before, and I've been killed for it, but I still believe this is the case. So I say Arsenal, this is their best chance to win a title before us, Newcastle, yeah? And if they don't do it this season, Newcastle, we're going to win it before Arsenal.
Nah, I disagree. I disagree because what you're basically saying is that next year you're ready to challenge for the league.
No, but I'm saying...
Because Arsenal have proved that they can challenge for the league really next season Arsenal should be... Even if you don't win the league, you've proved now you have to be up there challenging for it.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
Even if Chelsea get better, even if Man United get better.
We're ahead of what we're doing this season is way ahead of where anyone expected. I thought second at best, but I did not expect us to be first. So we're way ahead of the process, and it's a super young team. Lots of really good young players who have committed to staying at Arsenal. And are a tight unit and are going to keep playing, and most likely we're going to strengthen our team even more next summer. So with all due respect, I don't believe.
Do you know what though?
Do you agree with what you said?
I do agree in parts with what you say, but I actually think it's so unpredictable because we didn't expect to see what we've seen this season. Who's to say that next time there's not going to be another thing where we're like, whoa, what's gone on here? So I don't think you can necessarily say because you get close this time or win it this time that you're going to do it again.
Yeah. That's true. Yeah. That's true.
So back to what Big Lou just saying.
Look at the trajectory. But I look at the trajectory of a team. Yeah. So it's like Liverpool when they didn't win the season they finished fourth. When Klopp came in, you could see this team are on an upward trajectory. They're going to do something. First season Europa League final, they lose that. But you see, Klopp is going to do something.
Well, then did anyone expect what Liverpool did this season to happen?
To be honest, because
I thought Liverpool was going to win this season.
I didn't. Like look at the top, the big six. Liverpool.
Ooh,
if you look at all the teams, Liverpool.
Well, give me a yellow card then, ref.
Liverpool, Chelsea didn't buy well and were unsettled.
Yeah.
Tottenham made some good signings, but still unsettled.
Everyone gassed up their window like it was amazing.
If you actually look at it, like I was saying at the start of the season, the reason why I thought Arsenal would finish second or third, because out of all the teams, we looked by far the most settled, the most cohesive, the most together. So I'm thinking we'll probably do well. But I didn't expect City to be as bad as they've been this season, to be honest. But Liverpool, I mean, they're lower than I expected, but I didn't expect them to pull up any trees. They didn't really buy one in my opinion.
But if you want Arsenal to do what you guys done this season, next season, you guys have to spend and improve your squad depth.
Yeah, but that's the depth. If you look at Arsenal's starting 11 now,
that's what
and then you add that depth that you're talking about, which that's going to be their next priority.
Yeah.
Why is that? That's what Arsenal do.
Right, but for us now, if we finish in the top 5, top 6, or even top 4, we can attract more players in, better players in, can sort of flex our muscles and say, you know what, like we can justify spending XYZ on players.
So do you think? So basically, do you think that you can supersede? Because your starting 11 would probably need to improve as well.
Of course, yeah.
And the depth as well. But obviously you've got the money to do it. But FFP can come into it. You basically saying that with the next window in the summer, you think that you can put yourself into position to challenge for a title?
No, what I'm saying is that...
Or just before Arsenal do again?
Yeah, so with the next window and the next windows after that, we can grow and put ourselves in a place where we are right now, which is the 5th or 6th, wherever we are, and go further because all it takes, like City, when they were doing that sort of their sort of growth, when you guys were in Europe, your first season in Champions League, for example, that's when it will change for you. That's when they started to buy certain players.
Also with Eddie Howe, yeah?
I think that really this season's just shown that anything is possible. I don't think a lot of people didn't expect to see United come back. I don't think people expected Liverpool to do so badly. They signed Nunez, everyone was gassing him, he's better than Haaland, City shit. And then, Arsenal and Newcastle United I just think it really is anyone's game, and I don't think that anyone can be super confident in.
And every year, there's always a couple of teams that either exceed where you go, wow, they're having a season of lifetime, or fall off the cliff.
True.
Like, look at Man United last season, yeah? We got the time when we got Sancho, Ronaldo, and Varane.
Yeah.
I literally said, I swear to you, I said, we're challenging for the league.
Yeah.
I said we're challenging. I could not foresee that capitulation of what happened at Man United last year.
Well, that's the mistake a lot of football
Look at
fans
Liverpool
make.
this year. Look at
Focus
Chelsea
on
this
the
year.
individual
I'm not gonna lie
players.
to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Not the travesty of the season you had.
Nah, not how bad it was, bro. It was our worst ever Premier League finish.
Yeah, but I didn't think you guys were going to do well because, that being said, I genuinely believed Cristiano Ronaldo was such a stupid signing for you guys because you have spent like 2 transfer windows tracking Jadon Sancho. He's the guy you're going to build your team around. Ronaldo becomes available and then you just buy him.
Yeah, it's like putting dirty knickers back on that.
I felt like you buying him is basically Ole saying, I'm throwing the plans I've had for this team for the past 2 years out the window. Let's just play. Let's just build around Ronaldo.
But we proved as well that in that time we didn't have a plan. Do you know what I mean? It was just throwing good money after bad.
I give him more credit. I thought he actually had a plan because you guys wanted Sancho for a very long time. It didn't make any sense. You finally get him, and then you bring in someone else that's going to be the star man, and you build around him. Doesn't make any sense.
But Sancho still played.
Yeah, he still played.
It wasn't like we bought him instead of Ronaldo to replace.
It's true,
he
but
still had his time, and the thinking was you add a goal scorer like Ronaldo with the supply line of someone like a Sancho, you think that it would work. But obviously, Man United just
you've got to see the bigger picture.
His personality,
absolutely, and that all rose to the top.
It changes the whole dynamic.
You've got to see the bigger picture. Like people call me a Messi hater and all that, but I just don't believe that we should have icons and idols and all this stuff. Like Ronaldo is the perfect example of what happened with that club. Like, I just feel.
What do you mean? You don't think there should be a player that's like?
People need to see the bigger picture instead of idolising and worshipping one person in particular, because it's just. First of all, we shouldn't have that in life anyway.
True.
But really, we shouldn't. But in a team sport, what good is that? It's just not good.
So does that? Okay, let me ask you a question, and based on that,
Go on.
that way of thinking.
You're going to talk about Haaland? Go on.
No, not at all. No, nothing to do with Haaland.
Yeah.
If you could take away individual accolade, i.e. the Ballon d'Or within football, do you think that would be better for football then, because it isn't?
Do you know what?
Hyping up one player.
Do you know what? I've actually not thought of that before, to be honest. I think
you need to acknowledge who's the best.
Do you know what? It's actually that's something to consider. I feel like people like that though, and that's kind of what makes money and stuff and causes like excitement. So it's probably not beneficial to remove that. But would it be an idea to be like, okay, after you've played within a certain amount of competitions and a certain amount of teams, you have to tick A, B, C, D, E, F, G to get that. Do you get what I'm saying?
So you might change the criteria.
Maybe change the criteria. Yeah,
okay.
But I just think idolisation in life in general is a bad thing. But in a team sport, it makes no sense.
In sport, yeah, but then in Grealish are wide. In sport, like you were just saying there, Tosin, I'll come to you as well, Big Oogs, like people want to know who's the best, whether it's in music, whether it's in arts, whether it's in fighting or combat sports, whether it's racing.
Yeah.
I'm not saying you can't have a favourite player, by the way. I'm not saying that. I'm just,
But like, sport is a game of ranking. So there's first, second, third, fourth. So that's just part of the game. It
is. But I think in a team sport, it should be a little bit different. But that's just me.
Level Earth says, this is an interesting topic. Level Earth says they should remove the Ballon d'Or for individual players and do it for best team instead.
Yeah.
I mean, there is that team of the year kind of thing, but I think what this person's saying is don't even have the individual accolade.
Why?
Just go.
I wouldn't say take it away completely. No, because
I like having the best.
I like it.
Absolutely.
I feel like it pushes players to be.
Of course, facts.
Yeah,
I don't think it's a bad thing, but it's just.
And there's nothing wrong with healthy competition.
Yeah.
But I do agree. I agree with what you said. As in, like, you should not put people on a pedestal where idol, God. Like I feel like that stuff is.
Oh, I'm on the wrong side of him there. Oh, good recovery by Ake.
Yeah.
Ake, I mean, you touched on it at the beginning when you said he's actually just a really good player. Just on Ake, you know, came in from Bournemouth in that first season, and he was, you know, he was okay, but wasn't the go-to guy. In a season where, City may have dropped off a little bit, but their back four's been quite unstable in terms of, you know, Kanji's come in, you know, Diaz has had long spells out, you know, Laporte, etc. He's been the cornerstone, really, hasn't he? I think.
Yeah, it's strange because like people
at left back or centre back.
Yeah, City fans say, "Oh yeah, like I'll take his defensive solidity because he's not that good on the ball." I think maybe it's just because City have so many good players on the ball. But what I saw from him when he was at Chelsea and Bournemouth is that this is a guy that's actually good on the ball. So I'm like, whoa. So for him to actually improve defensively the way he's been at Man City is actually quite impressive to see.
Yeah. I think again it just comes with the time thing and not being, like you said before, so reactionary. Like we've seen players like Sane, Gundogan, Ake come in and people not rate them that highly, and then they develop to be a really good player. So.
And Pep does tinker a lot anyways. Like, you know, when Diaz and Laporte are fit, Pep will tinker the back four.
Yeah.
So, okay, yeah, he's getting his game time, but
Nice.
is he Pep's go-to defender? I'm not sure he is, to be fair to you, because when, like...
He's forcing his way in there, though.
But if
He
they're all
has,
fit,
he's becoming really reliable. Sometimes it can change. I agree with what you're saying in terms of
He starts
if you
a
looked
lot.
at his characteristics, obviously there's a reason they bought him, but it's probably more for backup, etc., etc. But is he stylistically a Pep player? But then I think what he's done in this season is proved that he can be relied upon by Pep.
Is Calvin Phillips a flop?
So far, you have to say, yeah, of course he is.
I wouldn't say it's a flop because
He's been injured.
He's not done enough, yeah.
Yeah, but he wasn't brought in to play every single game. Like, because
Yeah.
But he was brought in to like give Rodri cover. and
Never.
stuff.
When he went there, I just thought, when's he ever going to play? And that is such a downgrade on any of the midfielders they got. Calvin Phillips he's all right, gets about the pitch all right.
But he was talked of quite highly though.
Yeah, I just think overgas. Me personally, I don't know. Some people call it wild takes and stuff like that. I'll just be really honest. Sometimes I think players get gassed up so easily in this league. It's a joke.
Yeah.
Players at Brighton,
Especially the
players at
English
Fulham, players at... And I'm not saying these aren't good players. I'm not saying that. But when you go to like Man United, I'm only using my club for example.
Different level.
Yeah.
It's a different level. Like, you know, people... When they talk about Declan Rice all the time, saying he's worth all this thing, and then the Moise Caicedo thing, he's amazing. He's done this. He's only played like 30 games in the Prem. Like, come on. Like, why is he amazing? Or how? How? He's just good. Like, I don't get it. He's done well at Brighton.
I mean, he's just
people,
like,
do you know what? Prime example,
Bissouma.
Bissouma. Yeah, everyone was raving about him, and people laughed at me because I said, do you know what? He's all right, but like Fred, like I honestly don't.
Oh
really,
my goodness,
that's a bad tackle. He's flattened him.
He's
played on, and Newcastle on attack here. Almiron, can he cut? You've got to give it there.
Come on!
Set him.
Come on!
It's Gordon. Surely he's gonna get shot off. Oh, he doesn't.
Have you ever seen the film Jimmy Grimble?
I haven't. No.
Oh, have you not?
No.
Oh, you need to watch that.
Is it like him?
He says, "Give it to Gordon, give it to Gordon." But it's a funny accent.
On Trippier. He got absolutely flattened there, man. Or who was that Botman? Who is that?
Longstaff.
Oh, Longstaff.
We're actually still in this game, you know.
You are.
Do you get me? Because next goal is big.
Bang.
It just comes clattering into him there, Aki. He's very clumsy. His eyes are on the ball, to be fair, but he's just nowhere near it. Just misses out. But it is a yellow card. But yeah, what I was saying, you know, everyone was like, Bissouma's this, he's that, and I was like, is he that much better? How much better than Fred is he?
Yeah.
To come Man United and make Man United better, I'm like, well, he's all right.
Yeah.
He's gone to Tottenham and he looks all right.
Yeah.
But he's not really had a chance to play, though.
I just don't.
He's not really.
Right.
Do you put that down to him? That's 50% him, 50% Conte.
Yeah, Conte as well. But I just. My point is that I just think it's really easy to look at players who do well at clubs that are not at the top and say, this player is amazing, they need to do this. And they're just not that good. They're just all right.
Yeah, it's true. No,
Do you know what I mean?
It's a valid point.
I just don't get it in football why this happens. As soon as someone does something a little bit good for like 20 games.
Well, is that what he said? It's reactionary. It's literally,
and
it
all
is.
of a sudden that means they're Man United level or they're Arsenal level or they're Liverpool level.
And what it does is it actually makes you have more respect for the players that are actually at these clubs that are balling out and actually doing it.
Right, because they get cussed all the time saying he's crap or he's this, he's that.
Look at Sterling. Oh my God, he used to get so much abuse, and it was like the only reason he misses so much is creating more chances than everyone else. Just back off a minute.
Yeah, exactly. Need PSG versus Man City.
Oh.
Someone says, Don Mack says Eddie Howe out. Division says, how much?
Nice, Rodri.
See, it's got to go one more. Yeah, picks out the right pass. Foden, surely he's going to get the cross. Looking for Haaland, doesn't get it. Well defended. What are you doing? Joe Linton. Trying to take too many touches. He hasn't really played very well this game, has he? He's done that a couple of times.
They should bring on Willock.
He's just coming back from injury, so...
Still, there's someone that could do something.
Goes for an outrageous shot there.
What was that?
Now is the time to make a sub.
AFTV in the chat saying, up the tune.
Up the tune. Come on, boys,
just as you said, though, you think it's time to make a sub.
100%.
60th minute.
60th minute, it's still 1-0. We're still in the game. I'd take off Callum Wilson now and bring on fresh legs up top to put some more pressure on those City defenders. So, definitely.
Kennedy, from a Man City perspective... Yeah. You know, you haven't, since you've scored, it hasn't been oh my God, you should have scored a second.
Yeah,
but you
there's
don't
not.
look in imminent danger. You
Yeah.
look at the Forest game, you didn't close the game out. The longer it goes at 1-0, like Tosin
I
was
don't
saying,
like
little
it.
set piece,
It's
pen,
making me
accidental
itch.
this.
They're lukewarm.
I'm getting itchy now.
You're not in your groove, and this is what I'm saying. It's not City of old. If you go 1-0 up after
tepid.
15 minutes, that team's getting done.
It's like
I actually-
it's like being on holiday in somewhere in Europe, super hot. You go to the vending machine, you open it, and then you expect to drink still water, and it's sparkling water. It's
that's
like
awful. Man.
Sorry, my brain is a bit
worst.
slow today. I'm trying to just
Trying to follow
I'm
what
like,
you say.
You know when
Yeah,
someone's like, my dog's sister's cat's friends, cousins. Anyway, I'm like, what?
it's just City are just very tepid.
It is tepid today. I'd like to see, like I said, I still want to see Mahrez come on today. I feel like he could
Why
create a
doesn't he
bit of
start?
change.
He should
Well, he
Mahrez
does
is.
sometimes, but I
He
think
should start a lot more. Like
Yeah.
for me, he's starting every game. I'll play Mahrez and Foden. If that was
But I feel like that has been the case a lot. Mahrez does start a lot, but I would like to see.
Mahrez and now that Foden's back, Mahrez and Foden as opposed to
Grealish.
What?
Not
Oh,
there.
that's not a foul. Oh, I thought he
He's so
slipped.
lucky.
He saw De Bruyne was on him, shot himself, turned, and it looked like he
He's so
slipped.
lucky.
De Bruyne's not having any of that. Look, he goes, oh shit, turns,
He
slips.
slips.
That's not a foul.
That's not a foul.
That's not a foul.
But it's
Very lucky
I'm
there.
not giving a foul. Yeah, I would definitely change it, and I would also bring on St. Maximum as well for Gordon.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Just to give them something else to think about.
Man
Because
on, man
it's very
on.
safe right now.
Doesn't know he's there.
Come
No
on.
awareness. That is when you talk about levels,
booked.
yeah?
Yeah.
He needs to be kept. They need
Yeah.
to take him off because he's on a booking already. And he's found
When you talk about elite level
Quality,
central
yeah, of
midfielders,
course.
you see where at
okay,
the
now we
triple
go.
change.
Nice.
Big oogs,
Thank
you've
you.
got,
The man
you've
them.
got the
Yes.
man them coming
The
on.
man them.
Willock,
Yes.
Willock, Maximum, and Isak in
Yes,
one go.
now
Does
we're
that show you what
talking.
Eddie Howe's thinking?
That shows you that he believes that we're
Yes,
still in
Eddie
this
Howe.
game.
Look at you, look
We're
at
still in this game.
Come on. Yes, Hal. Come on.
Gordon's off. Wilson off.
I should have
Longstaff
brought
off.
a Newcastle shirt.
Bro, you better relax, you know.
Kennedy, triple change from
Yeah.
Newcastle. Are you thinking light work, no problem?
Nah.
Or are you thinking
Wilson
actually this shows a bit of intent
I think
or a lot of intent?
I think Pep needs to make some changes as well and show that he's thinking a little bit more because I don't want us to sit back.
Good subs.
I want us
very
to.
good
He
subs.
should have
You know
taken
what
off.
Yeah.
But yeah, Longstaff.
Longstaff poor. That there, you know, like when you're getting the ball, you can't scan. You're not on the
Yeah,
half turn. You're not half looking
Maybe
before you
he got
get it. Don't know
winded
what's
as well.
around you. This is going to be interesting. Will
Yeah.
Newcastle huff and puff still, and Man City find the gear to open them up,
City are going to score the next.
or can Newcastle up the game? Because when you see them three coming on, it does have a little bit of a. Oh, you know what? Yeah,
This could go two ways though.
Yeah.
Because obviously City might want us to open up a little bit.
exactly.
Yeah.
Might be perfect for City. Then.
Yeah.
City
but,
will just get that second.
I'm trying to be positive, and I feel like they're positive changes.
Very
I
positive
feel like
changes.
City haven't done enough today for me to say they're going to punish us. You
Yeah.
know, we've had the better chances. Now it's just
Isak.
about us to,
St. Maximum as well.
have players on now, St. Maximum, Willock, Isak, that are braver on the ball, and that could lift us up a little bit. So
I agree.
Let's see. Let's see.
Oh! St. Maximum now.
See that?
Oh,
See that?
One. Look at the feet already
That's the
straight away.
second time.
Gives it away straight away.
How many times
That's
is that?
such a great
That was a
delivery.
great ball. Who missed
Why
that
is no
completely?
one
Was that
getting-
Joe Linton? It's Joe Linton.
Why is no one getting on the end of that?
Joe Linton was there. We need to see a replay to see if we should have done better. But I'll tell
How
you
many
what.
times?
And Bernardo Silva is about to come
how
on
many
for Man
times? How
City.
many
Pep
times,
is responding.
man?
But that there was a golden opportunity. It flashed
Bro,
across the
it's a
six-yard box.
great
A great ball. And
Oh, wow.
Newcastle, since the
Newcastle.
change, have looked.
Willock
They
wants.
look on it.
Willock
Willock wants it in the space, gets it.
Okay.
And Isak's one-on-one.
Kill him, man, Isak. Kill him, man.
Isak's
Kill him, man.
one-on-one. Great block.
Kill him,
Oh,
man.
he's still
Kill him,
in.
man. Kill him.
Oh! Get it out for a corner, and he
Wow.
does. Instant changes
Wow.
from from Newcastle United, and it has an impact straight away.
Wow.
This is what I wanted to see from the beginning. Anyway, these guys starting St. Maximum.
But
and
imagine
Isak
doing all
starting.
of this and then City just score.
So
Come on, Newcastle.
That
No,
we-
let me believe. Come on, Newcastle.
we've got to make it count
Come on,
now.
Newcastle.
No.
That's a great ball. Look, Joe Linton just doesn't believe. That is
cutting
poor. That is really poor.
But
Now,
even
don't
they-
get me wrong, it's on his left foot, but that is poor.
Even then, when St. Maximin gets it, just one touch and bang.
Yeah.
You don't need to.
Exactly.
Honestly, we should be winning this game.
On chances.
on chances.
You've had enough.
On chances, yeah. I see what you're saying.
chances.
Super chat here from Gareth says, Fleck, I remember when Bruno Fernandes signed, a certain man was gassing his first 20-odd games. Yeah, and I've been gassing him ever since because he's good. Well, I don't
he's a
get
good
that.
player.
He's made the most chances in the league. Like
Right,
what?
here we
Like
go.
Bruno Fernandes is top.
Why does he get so much stick? I don't get it.
Because people just hate. At first, it was he's only good at penalties, and then now that's gone, and he consistently just lays on chances. Kevin De Bruyne taken off for Bernardo Silva.
That's good for
I
us.
think that's a good decision.
You
Do
reckon?
you think that's
What,
good
are they going to play him left back or
Talk to us.
something?
I feel like De Bruyne has had a few games now where he's missed opportunities that he really shouldn't have missed. Don't get me wrong, he's still an incredible player. But I feel like Silva, he does the job, he's consistent. I'm happy with that change. I still want Mahrez to come on, but let's just see what happens now.
Kevin De Bruyne, I think post World Cup, even in that too, like I feel like he's tired and he sort of needs a
His head's,
a
he's,
rest a
there's
little bit.
something there, yeah.
Yeah.
A couple of times. I mean, Pep didn't start him at Bournemouth, left him on the bench. Started Alvarez in the 10. Today, he's one to come off. Like, vintage De Bruyne is 90 minutes every game,
Yeah.
guaranteed starting.
Yeah.
And recently, obviously, he had a poor World Cup, as the all of Belgium did.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Do you want to? Is there a conversation that De Bruyne's level
Good
is
pass.
dropping?
Good pass.
Is there a conversation there?
I
that
would
he's
say
not as
this.
good as he was.
Oh, yeah, I would say this
Go on,
But
season.
Isak.
he's just completely changed. it.
Running
I would say
behind.
this season.
Yeah. Oh,
We don't
nice.
know what's going on.
Isak is causing all forms of problems here. Oh, just not. I tell you what, though. Like we said, we were saying Isak, where is he?
Just
He needed
started.
to come on, and
Just
since
started.
he's come on in the last 5 minutes,
stretching him.
he is causing massive problems. Akanji gets absolutely done here.
And he's so good with the ball. At his
Look
feet,
at that.
you know.
See you later, mate. Akanji, that is awful. Gets absolutely done there. St. Maximum couldn't make anything happen from it. Maybe Newcastle might suffer from that, just not having that final
Yeah, of course
bit
we
of
are.
quality.
Yeah.
But they've definitely upped the level by
killer
bringing
blow.
them through.
We are, but I feel like now is the time to make it count because time's ticking.
Yep.
And City are on a cosh, so we've made some positive changes.
What's that?
So come on, like let's see what we like.
City really
we
needs to
do.
score now
Played
to stop
Willock,
me feeling
played-
like I'm going to have some sort of anxiety.
I don't want to give it away there.
Don't give away
Don't
stupid
want to give it
goals.
away here.
No
Not
stupid
with
goals.
Grealish there. Good
That's a
tackle.
challenge.
Oh, it's gone to him now. Oh, what
Yes.
a goal.
What a finish.
Bernardo Silva, just like that. That is what happens when
What
you
a
do not
finish.
take your chances.
Quality.
You said that this is a good thing that Manchester City are bringing on Bernardo
Quality.
Silva and taking off Kevin De Bruyne.
And you see it?
5 minutes later,
Did you say it?
he has scored.
Did you say it? Okay.
That's a quality finish.
Listen to me, because I know best.
Look at that, mate. Oogs, bro, in the ascendancy, and just like that, Man City, bang.
That's the difference between, you know.
It's the
Top
slivering
level
silver,
players.
mate. He's not Gryffindor, slivering.
Look at the Newcastle fans' face. That pretty much sums
It's
it up.
so deflating because we've made the 3 changes, yeah.
That's a great finish.
And I did say that obviously
He's
this might
leaning
work in
back
their
as well.
favour.
What's a finish?
Starts off from sloppiness here
And
because
it's just stupid mistakes. It's stupid
Kieran
goals,
Trippier
cheap
loses
goals.
the ball. Does well here, Joe Willett. Trippier
cheap
loses
goals,
it there.
it's cheap
That's
goals.
poor. And you're asking for trouble when you're in this sort of problem. Grealish picks it up. He actually makes a good recovery
Haaland
tackle.
does well there.
Haaland does well, gets the assist.
Bang.
That's a great finish.
And City will punish. They will punish. But us,
One
is like
touch on the
5,
stretch.
6, 7
Kind of
chances.
toe pokes it into that far corner. It's a great goal.
Great finish.
Yeah.
Stunning
Bang.
scenes, mate.
Pope, full stretch, can't do anything about that. And that is what I was talking about. They'll huff and puff Newcastle, but City will just have the clinical edge.
We
And
both
that's what
said
it's been.
City 2-0, but
Yeah.
I think for me, what is disappointing is that we've played well.
Eddie Howe's
and
really
we've had
pissed with that.
chances to score.
Yeah,
And
that is frustrating.
That's the
Yeah.
that's the thing because I came into this game saying obviously like I don't think that we'll get the win, but we played well.
Nah, not against
Walker's
me.
still got the pace, mate.
Now they've just scored after
Yeah.
us having chances to score our own goals. So it's
Yeah.
it's got him.
Tossin, you came for vibes, came for the upset. It doesn't
come
look like
on.
that's happening.
I did not come.
You came just in case, innit?
Yeah.
You came just in case.
Yeah.
But now it's very much going to be over to you and make sure you just take care of business. Against Bournemouth.
We can only focus on ourselves anyway.
Yeah,
Good pass.
Exactly.
He says, sat here watching the City game.
Focus on ourselves, but I'm just going
We're
to
just
check
going to
see what
focus on
they're doing.
ourselves. We're sitting on sports for an hour and a half.
Touche, Kenley. Well played.
Listen,
yeah.
mate, you got to be there, mate. You got to be there.
Don't be surprised if City score again.
Oh,
Because,
absolutely.
because now it's such an open game now.
Yeah.
10.
Good challenge.
Just thought he might go diving in there. Yeah. Yeah, interesting to see how Newcastle, what they do from here. Do they open up and concede more, or can they get something back in the game?
That's a stupid foul.
It is. St. Maximum, yeah. I just see him as He's got a box of tricks. I know you guys said he can be.
Traore.
I know you guys said he can be coached and that. I don't see it as that. I think he's got ability with his feet.
That is lazy of you. How can you call him that?
He is that though, bro.
That's lazy.
He's a better version of him.
What's his end product?
Exactly, zero.
I think he has more end product than
Marginal.
Traore.
Marginal.
But
There's a reason why Eddie Howe
it's the same style
is
of player.
going, not for me.
It's the same style of player. He will beat like 5 men and do nothing.
He'll be gone in the summer.
No.
Eddie Howe will sell him in the summer.
No. I think with Saint Maximin, we know that his quality is there. He just needs to be coached in a way for him to play as a team guy.
I don't think so.
24, 25, I think.
Do you think if a left winger of a different type of mold, because you've got money, becomes available and they can get a 30 million for St Maximin or for whatever it is, do you think that Eddie Howe would say, nah, I'm all right with St Maximin, or do you think he'll go and get another left winger?
I think the fact that
because Gordon's there as well, and that tells you everything.
So like the fact that we've brought in Gordon shows you that Eddie Howe is not scared of bringing in new guys, isn't it?
Trippier, man, he's giving away the balls.
But I just feel like he's better than what people think he is. Honestly.
I can see a Grealish goal in this.
Yeah, I can see a City third.
Yeah.
You think he's better? You think he's better than what people think he is?
Yes, because I feel like his end quality, yes, it's not all what we want to see. But that's
surely Haaland is clean through. Oh.
That could be coached. And on the ball, he's a joke. Like his ability is ridiculous. He just needs to understand how to be more of a team player, and also how to sort of add goals and assists to his game. More actually, to be fair.
Fair enough.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you, by the way. I
just feel Grealish will score.
I just went into a trance and then spoke what I was thinking. I didn't mean to interrupt you.
ZFB, it says, thank you for the super chat. It says, assuming all top 7 teams have a good summer with players and managers, what is your top 7 for next season? That's really hard, isn't it?
That's a tough one.
That's really hard.
Who's got time to go through 7?
Ball in. Top 7. In order, okay.
As in us being.
I think they're making it a top 7 now because Newcastle.
Just do 4.
As soon as someone else over, then we go to a top 10. Then it's going to be a top 15. It's the top 4, mate. Yeah, and even at a top 6 is like it became a push because Leicester started gate crashing, Spurs started getting good. So we went, you know what? We'll change it from this top 4 and make it a top 6.
By Grealish.
Oh, darling, what's going on here? Oh, I just
Dan Burn.
I love the fights. It's my favourite. Go on, Haaland!
Go on. Newcastle getting ugly now. This is what it is. Haaland's on it, backing his boy. Backing his boy.
Haaland's a Viking.
Yeah.
You don't want smoke with Haaland.
Fair play to Haaland, though. You know what I mean? Come across back his boy.
Grealish kicked out.
Grealish kicked out because I think he felt Dan Burns kicked him on purpose.
Haaland Spartans on the pitch. Don't mess around, with Haaland because he's a Viking. Don't chat to him.
He's saying as well, Grealish, you stand back, bro. I got you. He said, I got you. Haaland said the big man thinks he can do that to one of the small man. I'm as tall as him. Come, no problem. Surely it's just got to be 2 yellows at most, isn't it?
Controversy.
Or just carry on.
It's my favourite part of life, Controversy. I love it.
What even happened?
Love a good scandal. I do.
Love the controversy.
Yeah.
Love the controversy.
Not been much controversy here today.
Just let them move. There you go. Yellow each. Keep it moving. Keep it moving. What's Dan Burn on about? So what actually happens? Is it a routine foul? He pulls him back a little bit, kicks him a bit. He feels like he's left one on him. So Grealish kicks him. Then he's like, "Who you kicking?" Yeah.
I think that was Grealish's fault, to be fair.
Yeah, Grealish started.
But I'm still backing him though.
Look at that. He's going what? Haaland's on it though. He's ready there.
I love it. This is why I love Haaland.
Yeah, he's like, I've done it.
Look at him. He's my big bro, Same hair, same dad, everything. Not the same bank account, but soon come.
Yeah, definitely not the same bank account. Showing a little bit of ugliness in his game. You need that. He's got that.
When the camera catches Haaland, sometimes you see him doing sneaky faces, like
done it to Godfrey, innit?
Pleased with himself, yeah.
100%.
It's a wind up.
It's too little, too late. I think now.
Yeah,
it's done.
Yeah, the game will be done. And you literally said it when they brought on them 3. It was hyped, but it was like, is this going to work for City? And it wasn't a goal because of them 3. It was a goal from a turnover from Trippier. But to lose, it completely takes the wind out of the sails because actually you was in the ascendancy with them 3 subs, and then all of a sudden, bang. City just strike. That's what they're capable of doing.
Yeah, and them 3 subs is subs that you want to make when you're trying to get a goal to get back in the game. Now it's 2-0. It's done. I think. It's,
Bruno Guimarães as well. Haven't seen much. He's had the pass for Gordon, but I think because Newcastle struggled in general to try and impose himself, he hasn't really been able to. It's just seen him making a few fouls, and that's it. Really, he hasn't really done anything.
To be fair, I think he's played well. He's been tidy on the ball. He's been fighting in there by himself. So like Bruno G always has like good games for us. So yeah,
Jacob.
Do you think they're making too many changes now?
You know what I mean? Like,
do you think they're making too many changes now?
I mean, it's.
I feel like it's giving panic.
I think because he's 2-0 down, he's just got to try and do something.
Those 3 changes at first, they made sense, but now it's just obviously now you're going to bring on guys to rest guys for next game. You know,
Jacob Murphy, would that be for Almiron on the right?
Well, have you got a
Possibly,
midweek?
yeah.
Have you got a
Maybe
midweek
even
match or
Trippier.
something, or like a game in hand?
No. There's games in hand.
He got 2 games. They had 2 games,
Yeah.
then, but now we're paying him now.
Oh,
It's done well to get that. Give it there.
nice.
Fell over. Oh my God.
Handball.
That's a yellow
Fell
card.
over and handball.
That's
Got to
a
be
yellow
surely.
card for him.
Yeah.
For him, yeah.
It's your guy. Telling me he's amazing. I'm seeing man just falling
He's
over
had a good
and
game.
handballing it.
He's
Not
had a good-
everyone
Yeah,
can listen.
Yeah.
Not
Well, he's
everyone
played
can
well.
do the
He's had
bleach
a-
hair thing, you know.
And
You have to be elite player to bleach your hair, you know.
Look at that, mate.
don't come from Bruno. Don't come.
Listen,
listen,
can't
man,
be
you can't
doing
come
that.
from Bruno.
Man's
If you're
wearing
gonna-
he's wearing the Astros.
If you are going to draw that much attention to yourself,
Garnacho's got
Bruno's a
blonde
top
hair.
bro,
player.
if you're going to draw that much attention to yourself, you've got to be lit.
But
Bruno's lit.
But Guimarães is
Can't
lit
be
though.
flopping
Bruno's
around like that.
He's lit, man. He's lit.
He's
man.
Doing
good.
my people dirty like this.
He's lit.
Bruno's lit. I'm telling you.
He's all right.
He's the only
A
person.
Bruno,
He's good.
2 Brunos in Man United
Foden with the
midfield
bleach
is
hair.
just good flyer.
He's just
Foden
good.
with the
He's
bleach
just good.
hair.
He's just good, you said.
He's just good.
But we've changed your mind. We've made you change your mind for him to get into your first 11. So
He starts.
He's
Yeah.
good. He's good.
Yeah.
He's good.
Bro.
Sabitzer can do what he does.
no way.
Yeah, he can.
No way.
Yeah, he can.
He's a robot.
No, what's
a
Sabitzer?
robot.
He
He's a
gets about the
robot.
bit. Have you seen
I think
the likes of Sabitzer?
Sabitzer's good.
Robot.
Sabitzer's
See what I'm
good.
saying about the perception of man?
Sabitzer's-
When Leipzig were in the ascendancy with Nagelsmann, yeah, he was a
Robot.
top player, and he's got his move to Bayern Munich
No,
because of it.
Sabitzer's
Sabitzer can
good.
do what Bruno Guimarães does.
No,
This is
but
what I mean about the
Bruno-
gas, bro. Bruno's gone.
No,
Bruno's got a bit more
Football's
quality
gone.
than Sabitzer.
Bruno gets
Come
on
on.
the ball.
Sabitzer's a
anywhere.
wicked player.
Bruno gets on the ball at
Yeah, but so is
anywhere.
Bruno.
Anywhere.
Yeah,
He's still calm on the
Bruno's
ball.
good. He's just all right. It's good. It's good. Man are blowing
not having
smoke
that,
up his
man.
ass like he's wicked.
Right, he's
No,
a
but
player.
he's one of the best midfielders in the league, though.
Bro, Real Madrid won him, you know.
He's good.
Centre mids, he's one of the best.
Real Madrid are after him, by the way.
Good. Bruno Guimarães.
Yeah.
Over
a good
who?
player.
Who's he better than there?
They
Camavinga, Chouameni,
They want him, though.
Cruz, Modric.
they've seen how good he is.
Guimarães is
He's
better.
overrated for what he's done already. He's just
Guimarães.
he's
No
just steady, innit? He's
Wow,
all right.
Flex, that is
He's
poor
all
for
right.
me. That is poor for me. He's been
He's all right.
amazing.
Bruno Guimarães is all
So
right.
Bruno's not.
He's
so
all right.
So Camavinga's
He'd
better
be a
than
squad.
Bruno.
He'd get in our squad. He'd get in Man United squad, and he'd rotate like Sabitzer, Ericsson.
You're
and them
changing
man
now,
do.
Flex. You said
Get in our squad.
you said before
From the start,
he
I
gets
said
to
he's
your
good,
first
and everyone
11.
said I'm not rating
You're changing him. You're changing
From the
now.
start, I said
You're
he's all
changing
right.
him. Bro, Bruno.
You man, you're trying to get me to say, well, I've not changed my stance. I've said he's just all
Bruno
right.
Guimarães is starting.
Look at him, man. Look what he's doing.
starting
Look
at-
What? What's he doing?
Like,
What's he doing?
He's getting on the ball.
Bro, give me it. There, look.
Bro, look what he's doing.
All right,
He's-
we'll pass.
He's
all
the
right.
only one doing this for us.
To
Oh,
conclude,
that's good defending,
He's all right, man. Bruno Guimarães was all right.
bro. This
all
guy's
right.
starting for United. You're
Guy's
just a
cold,
hater,
He's
man.
not starting for United.
He is.
He's cold.
Sabitzer don't even start for Man United. Fred would. Fred starts.
Yeah.
How's Fred starting over Sabitzer?
And Bruno's better than Fred.
Sabitzer.
And Fred.
He's better than both of them.
Is he better? So he's better than Sabitzer and he's better
Yeah,
than
of
Fred.
course he
All
is.
right, cool. All right.
you think he's better than Fred?
Yeah.
Do you think he's better
Flex.
than Fred?
You're
It's all right.
Flex, yeah.
For certain games, he might be. If I'm away at the new camp and I need someone to do a job and get about the pitch, I ain't playing Bruno Guimarães. And not when I've got Casemiro and I've already got Bruno. You can talk about styles as well. Like, you lot are just acting like this guy does everything. For the style that we've got next to Casemiro and you've already got Bruno Fernandes in there,
But
for certain games, you can say Fred was better for certain games. I could say that because I've seen it. I've seen Fred doing the thing against Barcelona, running around the new camp, locking down Frankie de Jong. I've seen it. I've seen Fred mark De Bruyne out the game. I've seen Fred do bits. I ain't seen Bruno Guimarães do nothing yet, so I'm not putting him on that pedestal yet.
So then, like on that showing, then the likes of Fletcher and Park Ji-sung are like elite midfielders then because they do this.
No, I didn't say Fred was elite, but I'm not saying Bruno Guimarães is elite either. I haven't seen that he's elite yet.
he's
No,
better
I'm not saying
than
he's
Fred.
elite, but he's good.
He's better than Fred and Robot Sabitzer.
You call it the way from when you're calling Sabitzer a robot. That means
Sabitzer for Leipzig.
Honestly, the same way how man was gassing Tillemans. Tillemans can't even get back the pitch.
Right,
runs around with cement, but he's world class and it's amazing. He's
not world class.
Just all right.
Okay, so
but people gas him, and Fred will be more effective in loads of games more than Tillemans.
But that's the thing, though.
Styles, though. I'm talking about how you compose a midfield.
Yeah, but that's why I was saying Bruno makes it, because he's got the legs and he's got the quality.
Bruno Guimarães got legs.
Yeah.
He gets about, man.
He gets about the pitch.
We've seen him play everywhere today. He's been everywhere today.
He's been everywhere today.
Oh, come on. You're wrestling him down. Why are you... Bro, like, come on. Haaland is living rent-free in their heads now.
Like, what are you doing?
Like, why?
Yeah. And then you have the cheek to say, what? Yeah, you fouled him, mate.
He's like,
Haaland's like, what?
What he did?
What was that? You called that defending? Look, he's just laughing.
No, but I feel like he does it on purpose. He just trolls people, you know. And then when you react, he's laughing at you.
Pretty much.
10 minutes to go. Let's just call it a day, to be fair.
Yeah. I think. Look,
there's not going to be much
Newcastle.
added time,
I don't think you could. Newcastle are in that weird spot in it where you can't be kind of too disappointed. You can expect a bit better because you made the chances and you had certain times where you could have done better. But I think always going to be a tough game.
I think
coming here
in other games, I would give us like a chance and say, you know what, we played well. But in this game especially, because we created so many good chances and we didn't take them, that's why I'm sort of gutted. And because we played quite well, to be fair to you, and it's obviously 2-0 that doesn't look good on us, but we played quite well and if we took our chances on another day, then it's a different game.
3-0.
Just saying 3-0. It does have that feel. Last 9 minutes of regular time, it's like if anyone's going to score, it's going to be City getting a third. The predictions was you said 3-1, I said 2-0. You said 3-1.
I said 2-0 City.
You said 2-0 City as well, yeah. So it's looking like it probably ends as that, and then it'll be over to Arsenal, isn't it? In the title race.
And I can only pray for that.
Yeah, you got a lot of praying to do if you want Bournemouth to get something at the Emirates. Yeah. I think that's going to be as easy, like what they've done to Everton, easy 4-0.
Even a draw.
Oh, imagine that.
That'd be nice.
Yeah.
Our next 2 games, we got Wolves at home and Forest away. Those are the games. If you play like we played today against these teams,
and play them from the start as well. You know what I mean? Like you've got to start Isak now. That's it. He's got to start. He's got to. Gordon and St Maximum. Okay, fair enough. Whoever keep letting them compete. Just gave the ball away. Unlucky. Yeah, I think the wins are sat their sails now, isn't it?
Yeah,
it really is. Remember, guys, it's game day live after this as well, taking you through all this afternoon's games. What are the fixtures actually? I know is it Wolves?
So you got Arsenal, Bournemouth,
Chelsea,
and you got Villa
Palace, Brighton, West Ham, Chelsea, Leeds. I tell you what, just a little bit off topic.
Yeah,
I'm telling you now. I don't know what you guys think.
Oh my God, what are you about to say here?
If Graham Potter does not beat Leeds United, he has to go.
Bro, I came here.
He has to go. Surely.
I came here after I think Bowley started making his January signings, and I said, with all of these big players he's buying and the big personalities that come with it,
the manager's not.
I don't see any reason why Potter will stay till the end of the season. People are like, he's just got a 6-year contract. That's disrespectful. Blah blah blah. I'm like, nah. Like it's just when you buy these caliber of players. And at a club like Chelsea, I think that just might be a bit too. He may be a bit too much out of his depth. And I think what I've been honestly surprised by was not just that aspect of it, but that he just hasn't put in a good managerial performance. I'm not saying you have to come in and be, but I don't see.
You got to show a bit. Yeah, you got.
I don't see anything that tells me that this is going to be good. I don't see anything.
But it's tough for him because, they're buying young players, but they've also spent money as well. So
yeah, those young players are good now. But those young players are good now. Like,
better than what they show. Better than what this is. But
then, do you give him time to get the best out of these young players, or because you spent money, do you want to see the results now?
It's not even a results thing. He just doesn't look like a good manager.
At that level, because he looked good. He is a good coach. But it's this level.
That's the most disappointing thing for me because I actually rate Potter, but I'm genuinely shocked. I'm like, wow, like you are you've made this Chelsea team worse.
Yeah, you're out of your depth. The thing is, I was backing Chelsea in January in terms of I can actually see a plan of what they're trying to do.
With signings.
Buy for the future, you know, these type of players, etc., etc. But as soon as it's gone the way that it has, where he's just like you said, you need a little bit of buy-in. You have to show something. You have to show, because it's a results business. They can say they back him to the cows come home, which they've already backed him, and they're still backing him. But a loss at home to Leeds, see you later.
Come on,
you've got to go.
Look at managers that have come into the league. Look at Lopetegui. Look Lopetegui for Wolves. Look at even Emery for Aston Villa. You can at least see a semblance of something.
You don't want to. Jack's like, don't help me up. Jack's being mad petty. He's like, don't help me up. I don't want your help.
Petty for Lou.
I don't want your help. Well, that Trippier who fouled him as well. He's right.
He's in pause today, Trippier.
Oh yeah, Matt Target.
I think
he's been injured for a while, isn't it?
Yeah, but I think next game start him than Dan Burn. Because he's a natural left back, and I feel like Dan Burn's not been playing as well as he was been before. So now it's time to change it up a little bit.
Going through the motions now.
Nice.
Or maybe a third. That's good football. One more. It's a great ball. Oh, it's a good save from Nick Pope.
Saved.
Yeah, good shot. Jack Grealish's done really well there.
Yeah, he did. Still.
Good little layoff as well, driving with the ball. Nearly a third there. Jack Grealish picks it up on the left-hand side, travels across the 18-yard box, drawing a couple of challenges, evading a couple of them, gets past one, plays a wall pass with Haaland, into Foden, draws a good save from Nick Pope as well, goes for that far corner. He should save that really big, Nick Pope, but yeah, gets a good solid wrist to that. Good solid wrist. How much was it? How much of a big miss was it, Nick Pope not playing in that final? Just out of...
Yeah,
I think it would have been different.
Yeah, I said the second goal, if Pope was playing, that doesn't go in.
It's already on the way down. I did feel from a bit because it was a low shot that was going there, but it took a deflection and went up.
Because he watched it go over him, so I feel like Pope doesn't go down so soon. So the second goal definitely. The first goal, I argued on a show that Nick Pope would have saved that, but seeing it back, obviously the ball went side netted, so it was a bit harsh. So I mean, it is what it is. Really and truly, it is what it is. But now our focus now is our next game, which is Wolves. At home. So that's a game that we have to win. You know.
Yeah, I hear you on that. Isak now hasn't really got involved.
I want it to just be over now.
Yeah, it's gonna be.
Yeah,
it's gonna be.
But this is what I said will happen anyways, because we have a path, but we just don't have the quality to take our chances.
I need to hope that you lot have got something.
And we play well anyways, but it's just about taking our chances now.
Yeah, that I think if you was to kind of have the inquest to this game, or when Eddie Howe looks back on this and dissects this game, that would be probably something he draws on in his post-match press conference. Or
Two big chances.
Two big chances away at the Etihad, and we've taken none of them, or not even tested the keeper from them. You know. Also,
cheap goes to let in as well.
That's a great cross. Oh, well defended. Great cross. Say that again.
Yeah, cheap goals.
Yes. Exactly. So especially the first one.
Even the one just now. You know,
could have been prevented.
Poor pass by Trippier. So it's been poor all round in terms of the way we've not scored goals and the way we've let goals in. But overall, you know, this is what I said will happen anyways.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's what you predicted. You did compete. You competed for large parts, but yeah, it just wasn't to be. It just wasn't to be because the quality that City had.
Yeah.
Here, they just didn't engage Foden enough. But at the same time, you have to give credit because it's like he's got himself into a position where nobody can tackle you, or it's got to be a worldie of a tackle because they're all tiptoeing like, I don't want to give away a penalty. And Phil Foden has just been named as the man of the match. Do you agree with that? The player that he didn't want to start, actually. He wanted Mahrez on. Yeah.
You know what it was? Because I was a bit worried about... No, not worried, but obviously Newcastle, they're not a bad team, obviously, and I was just a bit worried that they're quite pacey and whatever, and I thought maybe Mahrez would be a bit more in control. But obviously I was wrong. No, I agree with it. I'm happy with Foden with man of the match, definitely.
Yeah, I think his impact has been good. Agree with Foden man of the match?
Yeah, I'll give him that. He's been their brightest player.
Bruno.
This
The
guy.
guy is playing with his AstroTurfs
I'm
on.
joking.
You know what I mean? Tempted to get some studs, mate. You can't slip around everywhere, mate.
You better go home with a box of Just for Men and sort that hair out.
Yeah, Callum Wilson, that big chance. Yeah, Isak's got to come in. Joe Linton, not good today as well. by his standards.
The main thing for this game is that there's positives to sort of take from it anyways. And,
Yeah.
and if we play the way we played today against all the other teams, like the Wolves and all the rest of them, I don't see us not getting the 3 points against them teams.
Fair.
Yeah.
Like, this isn't a game that we should come and say we have to win. You know, like the games that we drew, Bournemouth, you know, them games, that's the games where we say, if we want to get top four, we have to win. This game is about putting in a good show for ourselves and, you know, see what happens. So Wolves next, must-win game, then Forest away, tough game too, but must-win game. If we don't win any of those two games, then say goodbye to any top four hopes.
Yeah, it's the next two. They're massively important.
Yeah, and after
You
that
know.
is you boys.
Yeah, away. That's that away for us.
1st of April, yeah.
You want that revenge. You want that revenge. I mean, and think about it. Obviously, my team involved, but big game. You know, Liverpool can win. It's a corner again. Liverpool can win that game.
Yeah.
You know, and then they're chasing. They're coming. I know you said at the beginning, he's like, nah, Liverpool, it's between Spurs. I wouldn't write out Liverpool, mate.
They're not out of it.
They're not. They're definitely not out of it.
They're not, but I feel like with them is that they need to win their games because they'll win a big game and then draw or lose the next game. So they
Then he's going on a bit of a run as well.
exactly.
Yeah, he's going on a bit of a run.
Until that happens, I'm like, nah. You know,
Oh,
but
this is boring me now. It's getting on my nerves.
Haaland loves it. Look at him. Look at him. He absolutely loves it.
got
He
10
is
out of 12.
taking the piss. Look at him. Look at him.
I love him.
I like him.
absolutely
Oh,
love
he's
him.
so annoying. But you kind of just,
It's a wind up.
Yeah.
man. Yeah. He's just going to do it again. Someone's going to get a yellow card. Someone's going to get a yellow card.
He's the tallest Man City.
Oh, mate. He's working back though. Look at him. Yeah, he's a wind up. He's a wind up.
You got to have a bit
Joe
of
Linton just
character in there,
literally
haven't you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he just absolutely loved doing that just to piss them off.
Yeah.
To be honest, he is a massive wind up. But yeah, actually, let's look at the top four race. Actually, let's get a few more predictions on that because again, you got Liverpool who you're a game ahead of them now. Behind them, 39 points. You know, Tottenham on 45, Newcastle on 41. You got to start winning some games.
100%. But this isn't the game for us to come and say we have to
No,
win.
no,
exactly.
Yeah.
But
That's why you said about the next.
Yeah, our next two games, they're crucial because if we win our game in hand, that's against Brighton actually at home. So
That's
game,
not easy.
Yeah, but we should be winning that game.
You should be beating Brighton at home.
Of course.
Why?
Of course, because we're going for top four. So these are the games that we have to win.
Oh, right. In terms of the important,
yeah.
but I think Brighton are wicked.
They're okay, but we have enough to beat them personally anyways, yeah?
Yeah, okay.
So if we win that game in hand, then we're a point behind Spurs. So we're still in it.
Yeah.
Do you get me? But
Yeah.
But what we got to do is get
It'll be a
out
good
of
old fight.
this run.
Yeah.
Liverpool, they've
coming,
got to win on Sunday,
Yeah.
to be fair,
Yeah.
against you lot, because they're 6 points behind Spurs.
They need to win.
Yeah.
Liverpool can't even really afford to be drawing it. They need to win, which is why that game is so. It's gonna be a crazy game tomorrow, Man United.
It'll be a draw, I think, anyways.
You think it'll be a draw?
Yeah. Who's home?
Liverpool.
At Anfield, yeah. Yeah.
I just
draw?
really want to beat them. I
think it'll be like
really wanna beat
Score draw.
1-1 or something. Yeah.
Look at Chelsea in 10th. Oh my goodness.
It's mad, isn't it? Same points
Wow.
as Villa.
This is
It's
crazy.
crazy. But I don't feel like they will sack Potter yet.
Do you not think? Do you think if they lose, they took an embarrassing loss today? That would be it? No.
I don't think they'll do that because it's still very soon, and they've come out to say, oh, that they're back him, etc. And they've just bought so many players, so you can't expect him to work his magic so soon. So give him time. I'll say give him to the end of the season, anyways, and see how he fares. And plus, he's smart because he took a 6-year deal. So he's like, if you want to get me out of Brighton,
Yeah, you're gonna have to pay me big P's.
pay me big P's and for
Trippier,
Ooh.
Force is a good save.
long term as well.
Keep
so.
that clean sheet.
I was like, no.
Distance. I mean, it's got to be a worldie to beat Edison from there. It's on target. Goes through the wall. Oh no, it actually takes a deflection. off Diaz. Easy for Edison. Easy, meat and drink.
Yeah.
And there it is.
Done.
The full-time whistle has gone. Manchester City have won by 2-0. They've
done.
beaten Newcastle United. It wasn't to be for Newcastle after the back of losing the Carabao Cup. Tough game away at the Etihad. But like you were just saying, Oogs, that, you know, hunt for top 4 now. It hasn't started off on the best foot here, but a difficult place to go. It's all about these next games.
Yeah, and this is what I said was going to happen. 2-0 away at
Yes,
City.
we called it, yes.
So I didn't want to be too negative, but I was honest.
Yes.
And so, you know, the focus is now Wolves and Forest.
Yeah.
That's what we've got to do. There's positives for us to take from this game. You know, we create chances. We still try to play our football, but in the end, City's quality was the big difference.
Shone through, yeah. City's quality, the big difference. Asking the question of Arsenal. Keep asking the question. Yes, they've got Bournemouth at home, and we've joked about it, and etc. etc. But you do just have to just keep winning your games, and it's
Yeah.
sort of over to you now.
There's like not much for me to say because I don't really celebrate the wins at this point
Yeah,
because
'cause you're not top,
It's
you just-
not.
yeah.
I mean, obviously celebrate because
Yeah.
this is what's needed. But I'm not like getting super gassed about it because Arsenal playing Bournemouth, mate. So it's, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
Let me just say, happy with the performance. Let's hope that it keeps going.
And
That's
Foden
it.
as well, because you know.
Happy with little
that's
Foden,
good.
aren't we?
Yeah.
Happy with Silva.
That's good.
Yeah.
And on you go. More games to come.
Literally,
Need
it's
to keep
just,
winning.
yeah.
Yeah.
We just got to keep going and hope that Arsenal flop.
Tossing City, you know, they have asked the question, you know.
Yeah.
Look at that, 2 points behind now. Obviously, you play in a minute though, so you know you need to win. This is it.
Yeah,
This is what the title race is.
We do.
Over to Arsenal now, isn't it?
Yeah, doesn't change the objective.
Yeah.
We still need 3 points at home. But yeah, City have done well. That's all you can do, win at home.
Yeah.
And I think they'll be pleased because Newcastle came in, played well, but City have been able to leave this 2 goals, I didn't say goal difference, plus no goals conceded as well. I think that's good. Lunchtime kickoffs are never, they can either set your weekend off in a bad way or in a good way, and they've done it.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, guys, thank you for watching the first game of today. There is loads of games coming up at 3 p.m. and the guys are going to be with you for Game Day Live straight after us. So do not go anywhere. Smash a like on this video and make sure you subscribe to DR Sports as well. We are out of here as Manchester City have put the pressure back onto Arsenal and they've beaten Newcastle United by 2-0. Take care, guys. We're out of here. Peace.
See ya.
Jeez.